Broadcasting from Dublin, Ireland, you're listening to Ireland's premier mixed martial arts show.
This is Mike Dolce.
Ian McCall, James Little Evil Pulver, the Crippler Chris Levin.
Is your favorite Johnny Hendricks?
Frank the Legend Shamrock.
Buffer, your voice of the UFC Octagon. And now, we are live.
Boom, 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 boom. Your girlfriend's favorite podcast is back in your life, in your ears, in your headsets, wherever you're listening. I'm your host, as always, Niall McGrath. And joined alongside me today, my partner in crime, as always, it is Mr. Petey Carroll. He's actually here with me in HQ today, Petey. We're just back from Gunny Nelson open workout ahead of UFC Belfast and media scrums. Fun day, wasn't it, man?
It was. I even went to the south side. I even saw the beautiful landscape there you have with all the money and all that. You just pump into each other out here. Not a foreign face in sight, I noticed.
What are you talking about?
These are racist. These are racist people. These are elitist. They have, you know, I went down to that Dundrum and people are just giving each other money out there. They have so much to just giving it to each other. It's just makes me sick.
Yeah, well, you've more money than me, so do you want to give me some money?
Look.
Robin Hood.
You live in a castle. We're in a castle doing this podcast, by the way.
Robin Hood.
He has a moat around his house. And if any foreign people come to the door, he just spears them from a balcony he has outside his window.
You know, like Rhino, you know, the spear. Brock Lesnar's spear. Little stump.
You should
like
get
me.
that tattoo on your chest.
You should just get dickhead tattooed in your fucking head.
There we go. I can see into the hoodie.
You should see the hoodie he had on today.
Absolutely terrified now.
I am the greatest on the back of it. And he told me it was to intimidate the other journalists at...
They were terrified.
Yeah. Shit, no. Okay.
One of them had to change his underwear halfway through the day. He said, that must be Peter Carroll if he's wearing a top that says that in it. And I went, listen, man, you said it. And he just pissed himself.
Yeah. All right, good fun as always. Good start to the show today. Good start to the show today. Yeah, lots to get through this week. I caught up with Stephen Motorboy Thompson. He'll be stopping by later on to talk about Tyron Woodley and that fight at UFC 205 where he challenges for that world welterweight title. Also on the show.
What was that? What did you say?
That sounded like Eamon Dunphy. Welterweight. So yeah, he's stopping by. Also joining us on the show today is Saul Rogers. He has a big fight coming up at ACB in Glasgow against Michel Aldelina, the alligator apparently he's known as. I don't know too much about this guy.
Better watch out.
But Saul will be filling
the
us
alligator's coming
a little bit later on in the show. And plus we will be giving away 2 tickets to ACB in Glasgow, courtesy of the promotion. You can get tickets on Ticketmaster.com.
Or you can you can enter the draw.
You can enter the draw, and listening later on, we'll be discussing how you win that on the last section of the show where we'll be asking your questions. Also today...
And I know what you're asking. Hang on. I know what you're asking. Will your flights and accommodation be paid for with them tickets? Absolutely not.
No chance. Ask
Just
Graham.
lunatics.
Ask Graham.
Fucking
So yeah, we'll be giving away 2 tickets later on in the show. You can catch us on Twitter. I'm at Niall McGrath 4. He's at Petey Carroll, at Talking Brawls, and at Severe MMA. You can catch us on our phone line +353 83858 0862. Make sure you send your messages in on time with the phone line. It's been hopping lately. It's off the charts.
Stop.
It's been engaged and shit. So you know what it's like, Petey.
It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. It ruins everything in my life because it just keeps on going all the time.
Okay, so yeah, lots to talk about today. As we said, Neil Seary, Ian McCall fight has been announced. We basically told you about that last week, so it was confirmed.
Everybody
this week.
told everyone about that, right?
Well, we
As
did
I said,
the
fucking dogs in the street knew about that fight.
We did in the podcast. Sure. It was everyone knew about it from Cleveland.
He's in the rat
so
race.
we'll be. I was supposed
to
be catching up with Ian McCall last night, but I didn't again. I think he's avoiding me.
I did my job.
Yeah, Neil has confirmed he's retiring as well. PT got the lowdown on that. Cannot wait for that scrap. Let's just talk about that in 1 second, PT. I want to kick off with that because that's obviously the big news today. We'll also be talking about any updates on McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez. We saw a little bit of Conor today going into the gym.
Yeah, and there was psychopaths trying to chase him around trying to get pictures. And I was like, this is actually... I never saw... Like, people tell me about
But your mom was out the front. I went out for a
cigarette. Yeah, he saw John and he ran inside the John. Like, it's like I'd say it's an absolute nightmare trying to prepare over here for him. Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly,
No, I
like,
agree. Yeah, yeah.
them lads ran. Like Connor came in through the back, and them lads ran around the back. You know what I mean?
Connor was looking ripped, looking in good shape.
He probably looks about similar to me when I have my top off now, I'd say.
Yeah. Do you want to speak into the mic just a little bit more?
No.
Okay. All right. Peter does what he wants, but yeah, weird stuff going on down there, PT. But yeah, we'll also be talking about the card this weekend. Obviously Cyborg versus Landsberg, and then our buddy Paul Feller goes in action against Francisco Trinaldo, I believe it is, on Saturday night there in Brasilia. Looking forward to that one. It's a decent card. It's not a bad card at all. So we're talking about some of the fights there later on, and answering your questions, as I mentioned, and giving away those
They're
tickets.
all dying to hear about Neil Siri. Can we do it now? Jesus
Poirier
Christ.
versus Michael Johnson.
Right, that's later, yeah?
And our two guests.
Fucking hell.
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson
get it
and
going.
Saul Rogers. Okay. Pete, you caught up with Neil last night to talk about the fight, and you mentioned to me, in fairness, you did. I know you have a good relationship with Neil, better than me. Neil hates me. So, Pete, fill us in. Obviously, you got the lowdown last night with Neil. It's going to be his farewell fight in Belfast. What's the story? What's the situation?
Yeah, I just it's actually very it's going to be terrible to say goodbye to the series. Let's be honest. He's he came in there, and I can remember when he came in, a lot of people are like, he won't last. Now you see a lot of guys when they're returning from MMA, they're nowhere near the top of the game. They're scrambling for people to watch their fights. This is a guy that never really tried to talk his way into the headlines. His fights always did the talking for him, and he's really, he's kind of beat the system. He's because he doesn't never need to rely on MMA for money as such. Because he had his full-time job.
Yeah.
He was always able to call it whenever he wanted. And as far as he was concerned, this was a perfect fight. This is a guy around the same level as him, in terms of he's at the end of his career nearly. Ian has talked to you before about possibilities of return. So he was like, that's a perfect fight. You know what I mean? Too, like a well-known guy, a guy that was once considered the greatest flyweight in the world. So I mean, I think it's a brilliant swan song for him, and I can't wait. It's gonna be terrible to say goodbye to him. That's a lot of guys we've lost out a big show now.
Yeah, big time. In the last year, we've lost Carl, Paddy Houlihan, obviously Neil now coming up. But the thing for me about this fight, and I obviously speak with Ian quite a lot. And Ian, as you said, the respect element I think is massive. Ian has utmost respect for Neil, and they shared obviously the same octagon here. Well, they obviously didn't share it themselves together, but they were on the same fight card here at UFC Dublin a couple of years ago. And Ian has always talked about fighting Neil, and I think there's been a real frustration with Ian, obviously with those two fights falling out, that he wants someone that's going to show up in Neil Seary and give him a gamey scrap. It just shows you how much respect other fighters have for Neil Seary as well.
Oh, stop! I mean, he's even like today we're talking to Gunnar Nelson. Nelson, I asked Gunnar, do you think Neil can be proud of himself? And he said, I'm proud of him.
Yeah,
the whole country's proud of him.
Course.
He said, if people would be so happy to walk away from an MMA career and doing what he's done at his age as well. Like, I mean, that needs to be noted. Like 37 years of age, there's not a lot of. I think he's the oldest flyweight in the book. There is he?
Must well be. He'd be well up there.
And he's still like. I mean, I know Horiguchi beat him well, but he rocked Horiguchi at the end of that fight. I mean, like what he said to me in the article. I'm sure you've all read it because it went viral. But he was kind of saying that. Knowing that these guys are coming up and knowing that his body isn't able to do anymore, he's not able to put the hours into learning. He has a full-time job. He runs around after his kids all day. Yesterday when I went up to meet him in Rhino, his son Ryan was doing jiu-jitsu with him. So he needed to get similar sizes to McCall in, you know what I mean? So his 4-year-old son was doing but
the paperweights.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's just it's just I think everybody should get them tickets, and in fairness to him, Siri put the news out there before the launch of the tickets so people could try and get them, because he wouldn't like to admit it, but he's a bit of a draw these days. He's gone from a relative unknown to a cult icon.
Huge draw, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's the only one that's just on Twitter tearing the piss out of people, social media, and that's how we get on. That's how you get on with Siri. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You better have a quick tongue.
Yeah.
But he's an absolute bona fide legend of Irish MMA. Nobody can take that away from him.
100% agree. Going to be a sad day, but what a fight to go out on. I'm really pumped for it. I tell you what, looking forward to looking at the next few months and what fights are coming up. For me, it's right up there.
Oh, stop,
with the fights that we have to look forward to.
Do you know, people always say, like, and they're right to say, we're never going to have another McGregor. Like, we won't. We'll never have a Neil Seary. There's no way. There is no way. He's such an original.
Yeah.
And that Gunny said that today as well. He's completely original. He's his own man.
Gunny's one of those few as well.
Yeah, well, I think that's what he said. He said he's looked up to Neil. You know, he's been himself since day one.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, that, I think that's a great compliment from an elite fighter. You know, a guy that's watched the series since the grassroots days all the way through.
Yeah.
Like, this guy went from Ring of Combat to UFC.
Yeah.
That's absolutely, like, I know Gunny did and Connor did, but I mean, for a guy Neil's age, like, considering his record was nearly even when he got signed and what he's done, every single one of his fights has been absolutely electrifying.
Yeah.
Even when Phil Harris wouldn't fight him, he made that one of the most epic fights that night, you know?
The mad thing about this fight as well, you know, for UFC Belfast, the actual fight itself between McCall and Siri, you know, it's going to be very interesting to see Ian as well, because Ian, as a guy who's talked to me about retirement before, you know, he's not too sure how his body's going to hold up after this fight. He's gone through 2 fight camps in a row. This could be 2 guys potentially retiring after this fight, because there's no, Ian has said, as I said to you there, there's no guarantee that he's going to get back in the octagon after this as well.
Yeah, and I expect both of them to leave it all in there.
Yeah, it's going to be a cracker. I just hope that we don't see a similar fight that we saw where Ian, you know, used his speed against Brad Pickett and didn't want to exchange.
I think we saw with Pickett and Siri that Siri's a lot more savvy boxer.
Oh yeah. Well, he rocked Pickett a few times badly.
He trains in boxing gyms his whole life since he's about 15, all over Ireland. Yeah. So I doubt that McCall will be able to command the distance like he did against Pickett.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'll be talking to McCall tonight anyway, and
make no promises.
Yeah, well, I haven't with McCall. In fairness, I think he was on the tear for a week. You can't blame him after 2 fights falling off. You know, poor bastard.
Series on the tear all the time anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
It's going to be a lot of respect anyway going in there between those two, and it's going to be an absolute fucking barn burner. So do get your tickets.
You and barn burner. Do you know how many people message me on a weekly basis saying how many times does Noel say barn burner in an episode?
Yeah,
you need to think of new superlatives.
I was sort of the one who made that word go viral, though.
Bollocks.
I fucking was.
So barn burner was never said before. They used to say that in the 70s when Muhammad Ali was fighting, for fuck's sake.
Oh no.
But forget what age you were.
I came up with
What is it, 52?
Oh, fuck you, little prick. Jumped up knacker. That's all you are. All right, okay. Yeah, listen, love Neil, great guy. I think Pete's going to obviously say the same. He's been saying for the last few minutes.
No, I hate the prick.
Best of luck. Looking forward to that. The week after UFC New York as well. So, going to be fun. It's a fun few weeks and months coming up.
I'm going to be an emotional mess. I guarantee you. I can't control myself.
I remember the Haraguchi fight in you were a mess in Rotterdam.
Yeah, I can't deal with it.
Yeah, no, it is. It's going to be a sad time, but very fond of Neil here, and best of luck to him after mixed martial arts. Obviously, we've this huge fight to look forward to in November.
Do you know what I'd love to see him do? I'd love to see. I know he probably doesn't have time for it, but I'd love to see him kind of get like proper into the coaching staff and like be Andy's right.
But I don't think he's one of those people that, you know, would his communication skills be good enough to.
For fighters, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, but like, I mean, that's what I mean. Let Andy Andy is obviously the head of Team Rhino.
Yeah.
Like, serious experience there. That like every single one, like every single fighter in that gym looks up to him.
Oh yeah.
Do you know, of course they do. Like,
well, a lot of young fighters in the country look up to Neil as well because, you know, one of the guys, as we said there, that sort of really made the breakthrough.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. The guy, I think when he's gone, people are
appreciate
really
him more.
People are really gonna understand what he was and what he did, because MMA is changing. You don't get guys going in like that anymore. Yeah. It's all very and that's great. Like, I mean, it's very intricate now and stuff like that. But Siri knows how to be intricate and still bring, you know, a war onto the table every time. Like, I mean, and I was even saying, even the fights he even lost, like he put Smoke in danger, put Pickett in danger. Who else did he lose?
Haraguchi.
And rocked him in the third round. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, he's never been smoked. Never been smoked. Like, the only time he's ever been smoked was the first time he retired against Roman Satenkov.
Yeah.
And that was brief. Like, that was just him snapping, because he, as he said to me last night, I fell into a one-trick pony's one trick.
And the thing is, as well, we talked about it in the car on the way over here. Neil is a guy, you know, when he says something, he means it. There's no going back.
Hope. Like, I was up there with his family last night, and they're all delighted that he's going to, you know, retire. Like, I mean, these, like, as he said, like, you know, he's a
young family as well.
Stop. They're headbangers. They're exactly like him. His 2 daughters are like grown-up girls, you know, 16 and 12. And he was saying, you know, I can't believe how quickly they've grown up, because I nearly missed it. Because I've been running around trying to fight, bringing them I never got a chance to just kind of enjoy it, like.
Yeah.
And that's why he's kind of seen as 2 young kids now, the 2 boys, and he's kind of like, I want to spend more time with these. You know what I mean?
Those damn kids.
Yeah.
They ruin it for everyone.
His
Don't they?
key sparring partner Ryan Siri. Watch out for him in the future.
Is he the same size as Neil now?
Yeah,
What
they
is he?
share
3 months?
t-shirts,
Is he
yeah.
3 months?
No, that's his youngest. Right.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, it's been great, and hopefully we'll have a few more great interviews with Neil and some good time to spend over the next couple of months up in UFC Belfast. Been a pleasure, Mr. Siri. Okay, Petey. Hold on with the tears, mate. It's all right. He's getting.
Why
a little
didn't you
bit
bring
emotional.
Kleenex?
Here, come here and give me a hug. Okay. Michael Johnson versus Dustin Poirier last weekend. I did pick Johnson, but decision. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
So you got it wrong. That's what you're saying. You got it wrong.
You got it wrong.
Oh, you got it wrong.
You called Dustin.
Yeah, but you got Johnson by decision. That's wrong.
Yeah,
man.
will you talking to the mic as well, please?
That's wrong.
Just turn the mic a little bit towards there, Pete. So
Fucking like, I mean, I'm trying to make this flow. Like, that's
just
what they
turn-
brought me in. I'm the slick talker. I'm the money host, and you just move your mic. Do you know that's how offensive that is to the listeners who can't wait to hear me speak, and you're just like, move
sorry.
your microphone
Sorry.
around.
He's the greatest, guys. He's the greatest.
It says on me top. It must
Robin
be true.
Hood. That's why they love him in Blanche.
Don't steal from anyone though.
Okay.
Everyone's stealing from me. Look at this. I'm fucking even looking at it. Look, steal. Steal.
I think what we should do when we do these, in studio things is
Fight to the death.
we should do it live in Periscope and see if there's anyone. We
No,
might
I
throw it
don't-
up
I
in a
don't
few
want
minutes for the
these
crack.
filthy
But
animals
The people
watching
can
me.
look at you.
I don't fucking want to
Well,
look
you
at
just
them.
said that you love. The people love hearing you.
They love hearing me.
All right.
You know what I mean?
What the fuck are you on? Oh, he's a
you wanna
space
know?
cadet. Anyway, just thoughts on Michael Johnson. Really good performance against Poirier. Sort of came out of the blue. Beautiful finish.
Yeah,
Caught
he
him with a
looked great.
shot and then jumped on top of him and finished him. That shoulder surgery that he had seems to pay dividends. Poirier, I think we sort of touched on it last week. We don't think he's ever going to be champion. That's a major, major setback for him.
Well, I said that fight would determine where we could see him go, and I mean that's a big loss. Like,
Is it to go to Bellator? Like
is he
he's-
gone
he's-
into
he's one of the
negotiation now?
guys.
Is he?
I'm not.
He
He wouldn't be too far off it because I know
He must have signed again
Yeah.
though because
Oh, did
the
he?
last fight Duffy was meant to be his last,
Yeah.
and he's fought twice since then.
Oh yeah. That's,
Yeah,
that's a
so
good
he
point.
signed again, obviously.
Yeah, he obviously has, but
But yeah,
you
no,
wonder
like,
where he goes from here. But
Johnson was very good. I mean, the KO was beautiful. Everyone got pretty excited about him screaming in his face. We've seen it lots of times.
I think we have a question later on, so we'll talk about what's next from during the
I
question.
didn't like the one thing is I didn't like the post fight interview.
He apologised for it, though. In fairness,
No,
but yeah, it was a bit,
he wasn't. Wasn't him giving out about Poirier. He was just talking about Nate Diaz. Like Nate Diaz, bet the brakes off him. You know what I mean? Like don't be talking
Yeah.
like why are these lads?
I was
getting-
at the fight, in
Yeah.
Florida. Yeah, he did. He beat the shit out of him. That was Nate's last fight before he got Conor for the first time. So no, it's going to be interesting.
Graham's ringing me here. Will I answer and do it live?
Yeah, if you want, I don't give a crap. Tell him to fuck off.
Graham, you're live on Talking Brawls.
He's going to hang up. You're actually going to be on the show, Graham, as well.
Do you want to say something to the fans? It's funny. You just kicked the butler out of his room there. Fuck's sake.
Get out of here.
Love you, Graham. You're the best and Niall is shit.
Graham, you're a wanker. Catch you later. Bye-bye. There you go. There's
That's just the celebrities I have ringing me every day. Graham McDonald.
Yeah.
That just happened.
Did it?
That just happened.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, here's Conor McGregor. No, here, we'll leave him.
Who's he?
It's no Graham.
Exactly. Fucking hell. So Poirier, what's next, man? Like that's what is next? It's a fucking tough
What
one.
is love?
He's come up from 45 to 55. He's gone on a good win streak. Got his ass beaten last weekend.
Jesus Christ, Niall, will you calm the fuck down?
I'm just saying.
Got his ass beat. Where do you think we are? On the corner in fucking Harlem? Jesus Christ. You got better. The better man won the fight.
Ill Will Brooks.
Ill will.
Yeah. Be a good test for Brooks as well.
Is
I
he
think.
fighting? Is Gilbrooks already in for a fight though?
I think he is, yeah.
Fight any man.
It'll be an interesting one. I don't know where he goes from here, but there's a few names there.
Evan Dunham looked good the other night.
Gil Melendez on Poirier.
Gil Melendez
good
already
fight.
booked though, isn't he?
Is he booked against Brooks?
I don't fucking know.
I don't even know. Yeah. Okay. Let's just move on. Anyway, will we get to the first one of the day?
What's the first interview?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
Who is it?
We have Saul Rogers talking.
Who's he fighting?
He's fighting that gentleman I mentioned at the start
The
of
alligator?
the show, Michel Adelina.
The alligator?
Yeah.
He better watch his ass.
Yeah, Saul's a bloody good fighter.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Don't even get me started on the alligator.
Jacare is the real alligator or crocodile.
Is he a good fighter, this Jacare?
No, he's crap. He's no ground game.
Is
at
he
all.
from Carlo?
Yeah, he is. Okay, what the fuck are you talking
Just
about?
wondering.
You drag out
It's a
these-
Carlo name.
But you keep interrupting me when I'm trying to fucking...
Listen, don't be telling me about dragging out. People are just waiting for you to stop talking so I can start talking.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Can I just introduce our first interview today?
Yeah.
Okay.
But make sure you tell Saul to watch out
For the alligator.
because the alligator's coming.
Okay, Saul Rogers joined me to talk about his upcoming fight on Saturday week at ACB 47 in Glasgow against the alligator.
No, that's more of a line. What do alligators do? Do you know what noise?
They go.
Oh, yeah, they just, yeah, all right.
Like that.
That's good. That was a good impression, actually.
God, Musasi. Okay, so let's get to it. Saul Rogers to talk about this fight. We'll be back with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and those ticket giveaways. UFC Fight Night Brasilia. Lots more on your questions. Delighted to welcome on my next guest for the very first time. This man has a big fight coming up on Saturday week at ACB 47 in Glasgow in the Hydra Arena, and that is Saul the Hangman Rogers. Saul, first of all, my friend, how are you? I know you're in the gym training hard ahead of this fight. How's everything going, mate? How are you?
I'm good. I mean, I only fought maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, so I've not really took much time off. I'm a year-round athlete. I'm always in the gym, always improving.
Yeah.
So nothing's been too different. I've just tweaked a few things, but apart from that, it's just the same day.
Great stuff. Yeah, you mentioned the fight you had a few weeks ago, Tanko Fighting Championships, won against UFC vet Andre Winner. You know, really, really impressive performance. Another statement from you. Assess that performance. Were you pleased with it? You couldn't really done much more to get the job done in the manner in which you did.
Yeah, I'm happy. I mean, the fight against Winner couldn't have gone no better. I was saying to all my friends, I'm going to take him out. I said first round, first minute, but in the back of your mind, I mean, you'd like to believe it, but you always have them doubts, especially after a long layoff. So as soon as it did play out that way, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was still on a high at 6 o'clock the next morning, lay in bed wide awake, and I was buzzing after nearly 12 months of being inactive. I couldn't have asked for a better result.
Why were you inactive for so long? I know, obviously, with the whole Ultimate Fighter thing, we can talk about. I know you had some personal issues you've mentioned in the past. Was it injuries? What was the reason you were inactive for so long?
Yeah, I was inactive for so long, just not just for the fact I got cut from the UFC, just through the kind of personal stuff. I don't want to go too deep into it, but
that was the main reason.
That was the main reason. So after about 6 months though of that, I wanted to fight, but I was getting kind of daft offers or fights that didn't really make too much sense for me. And then as soon as they offered me Andre, I mean, I jumped at the chance to just beat Abner Lovers, you know, who was in the Ultimate Fight with me. So I thought I went against him, it shows my worth. Whereas he beat Abner in a 3-round decision, I took him out in a minute, and I think that's kind of perpetuated me in the direction I needed to be in anyway.
Obviously, ACB are making big strides. You know, it's a great fight card, I have to say. Next week, there's some big names on the fight card, including yourself. You know, UFC Manchester was coming up after the win against Andre Winner. Were you thinking, you know, they might knock back on your door and give you that call for UFC Manchester, being a hometown guy as well?
Yeah, do you know, I mean, it would have been unbelievable. I've got a teammate, David Grant, who's fighting on the UFC Manchester card as well. So, I mean, the camp would have been great as well. And in my hometown, it's like lifetime experience. But after being inactive for so long, I just thought I can't kind of sit at home hoping and praying that they're going to give me a call. I'd rather be active. ACB is a great show anyway. So whatever's going to happen after that is a bonus. I was saying before, there's some high level fighters on ACB. They've looked after me as of yet. So I'm happy to be staying at ACB and fighting for ACB. If anything does happen in the future, then I'm just going to consider that as a bonus, opposed to sitting at home waiting that I'm going to get the call like a lot of guys do.
Yeah, are you signed exclusively to ACB?
Yeah, I've signed a multi-fight contract with with ACB at the minute. Like I said before, I was sick of kind of floating about different shows, you know. For the level I rate myself at anyway, I don't think that's a good thing for a fighter to do, you know, kind of not having nothing to set on. I know ACB now, I can kind of get my sights set on the lightweight title and work from there, as opposed to doing a last minute fight on this show or fighting this guy or fighting this guy. At least I know now I'm going to have the great fights. I'm going to get the money to look after my family, which is the main reason I'm kind of doing this, and be active.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think there's some guys in ACB that are better than some of the guys that have been signed to the UFC in recent months. Have you had contact with Have you had contact with the UFC since the fallout of The Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few phone calls back and forth between my management and coaches with the UFC, and it's not been negative, to be honest. So it's not. I don't know if Dana's still upset with me over the stuff, kind of what happened. On the show and stuff. I held my hands up. I fucked up basically. Just stupid or naive or whatever. But like I said, I made a mistake. I held my hands up, and there was kind of nothing more I could have done to rectify what I said. I said I'd fight for free. So as apart from that, I don't know what else I could have done. So again. I'm an active fighter. Like I say constantly, I'm a year-round fighter. There's not a day when I'm not in the gym, either help for myself or helping teammates out. So that year off, it literally killed me. It kind of half depressed me. So as soon as I got announced the fight against Andre Winner, I was back active and back fighting. I was kind of me again. So I know I don't want that layoff. I don't want any time off. So if I didn't sign with ACB, maybe there was a chance I could have gotten the UFC. Just I think the risk definitely outweighed the reward. I'm well signed to get looked after on that show and make a storm in that weight division.
Definitely, and we look at obviously what went down there. And I don't obviously dwell on it too much, but you mentioned there, you were out for a while. How has the motivation been? Do you see that obviously still is your primary goal, and they'll be knocking on the door looking to sign you up? How has that been for you?
Yeah, I'm seeing guys all around me getting signed constantly. A lot of guys, a lot of good guys. A lot of guys I think I'm much better than. But
I agree.
Like I say, if they're from around the area I'm from anyway, or the UK or whatever, and getting signed, I'm happy. I love to see people kind of doing well. I know how much people put into this, but I'm not gonna sit there and dwell and hope and pray. I know my worth, so all the stuff that kind of went on and stuff, and I held my hands up. It is what it is. But now I know my worth, so I don't want to kind of be in a position like I owe a lot of people. I owe this, I owe that. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna fight on a show that's happy to have me at the minute, and then, like I say, anything else that comes on top of that is a bonus. But as of now, I'm happy. I'm content. ACB is a great show. There's a lot of high level guys. I've got my eye on there. So yeah, I'm happy at the minute.
You're 26, I think, and you've plenty of time as well. Yeah. You're still a young lad. You're not as old as me at 33. But speak of your opponent, Michel Adelina. He's a guy a lot of people obviously won't know an awful lot about. What can we expect from him, or what are you expecting from him? Have you seen much tape on him? What's the situation there?
My coach is a little bit on. I mean, I signed with SBB maybe 5 weeks ago or something. So the opponents we wanted weren't kind of feasible or accessible to get in the from Michael Adelene, I can't even pronounce it. I would have liked to fight a different opponents, so to speak. But like I say, I'm fighting. So if he's happy to take the fight, I'm happy to go in there and try and beat him up. Really, I think he's predominantly a striker. I think he's from gate guards. I think I'm an athlete. I think I can beat him in all areas, and I'm planning to go out there and dominate him next Saturday.
You said he's from Gegard's gym there, Musasi. What have you done really in the time off? You took time away from competition. Have you worked on any specific areas? Have you felt vast improvements in any one which area that you've been looking to improve upon?
Yeah, when I kind of took a look at myself as a whole, since my weight, I've looked to improve. My wrestling wasn't a strong before, and then I've improved on that. I've improved on my grounding, improved on my control, and then I've put a lot of focus on my stand-up now. So in the past, I go and think, all right, I'll set my hands up and come down and work for submission or work for something. From there, I'm confident I start knocking people out on the feet, and I think that's the difference that people are going to see from the SEB especially. I'm going to go out to hurt people on their feet. I know I can pick them in at will, and I'm confident with my ground and my ground and pound. So I think that's going to be the difference in this fight. And I think you're going to see some knockouts from me anyway.
Definitely looking forward to it. You bringing a big crowd up with you to Glasgow?
Yeah, I'm bringing quite a few. I mean, not as much as I brought over in Tanko over in Manchester.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still bringing a big crowd over. I'm hoping to get a couple of wins on this. Hopefully fight for the title. Try and blag them to bring it over to Manchester, and then we're just going to absolutely tear Manchester apart. So that's the plan long term.
Good stuff. So we're expecting a finish on Saturday night.
100% I'm going to finish. I will finish.
Definitely.
I will finish. I don't have much money, but whatever money I did have, I would put on me finishing this fight on Saturday.
I look forward to it. I can't wait for the fight. It's going to be a good one. ACB, the 1st of October, Saturday week, it goes down. Just a couple of more things for you before we let you go. Going to be a big year for you then in 2017, and ultimately, I presume your aim is to still get back in there in the UFC.
I know 2017 is going to be a big for me. I've not even finished this year, and I've still got my sights set on 2 more fights. I've got this one next Saturday, and then I'm going to be fighting in December, which should be another decent name, high-level name. So I want to finish 2016 with a bang, 3 solid wins, and then start 2017 even better than I've finished this year.
Awesome stuff. Very much looking forward to it. The guys can find you on social network, Saul, at Saul_Rogers. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's on Twitter, or just Saul Rogers on Instagram.
Saul, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Well.
It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. Really looking forward to the fight on Saturday week up there in Glasgow. Should be an absolute barn burner.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the time. I really appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Johnny Hendricks, and you're listening to Cock and Brawls.
And that was Saul Rogers. Big thanks to Saul for stopping by on the show today. A big fight coming up at ACB. Really good card, in fairness, in Glasgow on the Saturday week. Really good stuff. October 1st, there in the Hydro. Really good card. We've Norman Park on the card as well. Norman's going to be joining us on the show at some point before next week, or on the website. Something we'll definitely have a video interview up as well, and hopefully Robert Wyford and a couple other guys on the card. Really solid card. Danny Mitchell, Jake Bostwick on the card as well. Really good stuff. James Brum.
Jake Bostwick, man, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
That fella was meant to be the guy, you know.
Yeah.
Jake Bostwick for a while there with Cage Warriors. I mean, I can remember he was going to fight Phil Mulpeter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And one of the shows in Dublin, and he didn't come. But I can remember lots of people were talking about like whoever wins this one.
On Andrew Fisher and Park as well. But there's good names on the card. It really is. And
Andrew Fisher is the guy that was in that war with Artem, wasn't he? Then it went to a draw.
In Cage Warriors, was
that one?
I think in Dublin,
it was. It was. And that was the same card.
Connor?
No, Chris Fields drew with Parisi, I think. And he said
he
asked for Barry Oglesby's passport to be revoked.
Yeah.
Barry gets so much shit. God love him.
Yeah,
what a man.
He got an awful fucking time.
He has thick skin, I'd say. Jesus Christ, like being a judge is just fucking. Like I sat beside Paul Cowser there the other week when he was judging.
Yeah, I'm getting abused off the fans.
No, like I'm just kind of watching the fights, and some of the rounds are just like, I don't know how, like what you'd call that. Like the amount of focus it takes.
That's the problem. Has always been. There's been, I don't think.
I think they should do that thing they're talking about: isolated room, no sound, fight. That's all they can see.
Yeah,
They
shouldn't have monitors. I don't think.
No, I think that's all they should have. I think they should be out of the fucking arena and not listen to the crowd, headphone, like completely blacked out.
Didn't Bellator try that out a couple of times?
Did they?
Yeah,
Like, I know people are
Bellator
talking about it. I think that's the best way to judge a fight.
Yeah, Bellator definitely tried that out a couple of times. Yeah, it's not a bad idea at all, but
Just to have no outside, just you're
interference.
literally watching the fight. I think that's a good idea.
yeah, it is a bloody good idea, and I'd like to see it happen, but probably not going to fucking happen. Okay, let's move on. You can catch us. Sorry, those tickets as well. If you haven't got a ticket, you can get them on Ticketmaster.com. I haven't announced our competition yet. We've 2 tickets to give away.
We have a competition.
We have 2 tickets to give away later on for that card, courtesy of ACB.
Fair play to them.
So we'll be announcing that how you get involved in that at the rear of the show. I just winked at Pete and said the rear there because I know he loves it. He was taking pictures of my bum today.
Who was?
You were taking pictures of everyone's ass outside the
No, I was taking pictures of Gunnar Nelson's bum.
Oh,
Not
Gunnar
yours, man.
Nelson. Sorry, that was it.
Listen, man.
Sort of
Let's get it straight here. There's a bit of a difference there, right? I was gonna send Gunnar the picture and say, "Look, I got a lovely picture of your bum," but I just don't think he'd be into it.
Yeah, you'd probably be getting choked.
Nah,
out
that'd be the end
at
of it.
some
Yeah.
point as well.
I don't even know what he did to that guy today in that open workout. He had an omoplata. Somehow your man's arm was locked in an
I
omoplata.
have good footage of it.
Went around to his back. Then he started choking him. I mean, what the fuck is even going on?
I got some. That dickhead kept getting in my way though. One of the, I don't know who he was. He kept on
This
just
snotty
running
fella's
across.
just throwing shade all
You
the
said
time.
the same fucking thing. As
Oh,
well.
your man with the big fucking...
big massive fucking camera. Like, think oh, he owned the place.
He's lucky.
One of
He's
those
lucky
lads.
I was holding something in my hands because I'd have inverted and just went on that foot.
Well, we'll have the full media scrum from that later on up on severemma.com, so do check that out there later on. Also, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson will be joining us in a few minutes' time as well. I have the article up there. He gave...
What is the secret of your power?
He responded to Woodley's claims and attack last week. Will you please shut up? How do I even concentrate? And I can't even get shit done here because you just... And then you moan about time. Oh, I have to go for fucking dinner. And
Well, I'm a busy man. Do you know what I mean?
Can you please stop talking over me? It's one of the keys of
this-
radio. And
one of the
he's doing
keys of
it
radio
again.
was letting me talk and you shutting your trap, man.
Oh, fuck you. Little fucking pikey.
The money host.
Yeah. People can't even understand you, dickhead.
No, they can understand me.
No, because you don't speak English.
Oh, I do. I have a degree in English, actually.
Yeah, but you can't speak it.
How many
Maybe
degrees do you have?
Making right at 12.
That's a lie.
12.
Doesn't even have a fucking one, this
There
cunt.
you go. With 12. Sure.
Daddy couldn't buy him one. Snapping
Daddy
at us.
couldn't buy one. Fuck you. Daddy couldn't. Do you hear this shit? He's
There's
a big.
no comeback for it because it's the truth. Look
He's a
at him.
big chip on his shoulder. This kid. I'm telling you. He's fucking.
Nah,
youth,
that's
the
me
youth of
degree,
today.
mate. Level 9.
As I said to you earlier, you haven't seen fucking 5 degree heat. Fucking born fire. If that means anything.
Tell you about heat. Just check out my article there earlier for News Talk because it's on fire at the moment.
It's on fire. Yeah. Well done. Well done. Look at him, the smug shit. Will you please talk into the fucking mic as well?
First don't talk, now talk. Like, I mean, where's the thanks, you know what I mean?
Okay, before we get to talk about Conor and Eddie Alvarez, the potential of that fight happening at UFC 205, you can catch us on Twitter. He's at PT Carroll. I'm at IMcGrath4, at Severe MMA, and at Talking Brawls. Facebook, email, all that. That's how you get in contact with us. And on our phone line, +353 838 858 Okay, PT. We saw Mr. McGregor there briefly today.
Let's not say we saw him. He was getting out of a car and running into this gym because
some
some
fan
psychopath
attacking him.
This guy was there for the whole time we were there, so 3 hours he was there.
He was standing at the front. He wasn't Irish as well.
He was Brazilian.
Oh, was he Brazilian?
Yeah, so that's what we saw. John come to the reception. He dove through the glass. Then I think the kind of receptionists were kind of saying, "Listen, you just can't jump in here. We're trying to try and then Conor pulled up around the back because I had to park in Peugeot because your man from Bill Cullen was out giving out shite as usual. So I had to park in Peugeot. He's such a man, same fella.
He's
every
an
time.
angry guy.
Every time.
I went for a cigarette and he was, don't smoke, kids. He was standing around looking very angry. And
That's
I was
what I was going to just
I
park
wasn't
there,
doing that.
and then he was there outside with his face on him. So that's the only reason we saw him. We were parked in Peugeot, and your man, the Brazilian. This is a huge gym. He ran from one end of the thing to the other just to try and get him.
Honor.
No, that's ours for H's, yeah.
I know. Well, okay.
Corner. But
Conor.
yeah, he looks in good shape, anyway, from what I saw. Side profile, as I said, very similar to my physique. So I mean, that must be optimum McGregor.
Let's talk about it. You know, I was in Cleveland obviously for 203, and a lot of the word around Cleveland was that the fight was going to be announced. There was
I thought it was
rumours
going to be announced last week.
during the broadcast of that card. it seems to be stalling. We've seen Eddie Alvarez last night put out a tweet saying, Conor, where are you? Let's make this happen, that sort of thing. Eddie said it with Ariel, more or less. He dropped a lot of hints that the fight was going to take place and it was going to be his next call of port. Protocol, sorry. Jesus fucking Christ. And that's my dyslexia hitting in a little bit.
That was my degree.
He's such a dick. But, jeez, I always lose my chain of thought because he just keeps interrupting me. Fuck. But, thoughts, is the fight going to happen? There's rumours
there's obviously
that it's going to be Khabib and Eddie.
Yeah, Dana White said it was going to be Khabib and Eddie. The thing is,
doesn't sell a UFC 205 main event, though.
No, but listen.
In New York.
This is the situation they're in. It's another public standoff, I'd imagine. Conor's waiting for some stipulation to be met.
Yeah, I agree.
And Dana's obviously saying, well, look, we don't need this, so we're going to do Khabib, trying to force Conor's hand. But as we saw back in May, April even, that really, like, Conor's happy enough to do this. Like, I mean, he it's quite a quick turnaround for him as well, what people are forgetting. Like, you know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
So, there's a lot of people hanging off for this card. I don't know if any has heard the MMA or on Monday, but Ariel went through it and he was saying, Chris Weidman still hasn't signed. Chris Weidman's meant to be fighting Yoel Romero, hasn't signed.
I think that, Stephen told me that he's going to be fighting Yoel last night and he was training with him.
Yeah, no, everybody knows. Everybody knows that's the fight they're trying to make, but Chris won't sign it. And people might think that's something, like what Ariel was saying was maybe that's correlated to the UFC not giving Iaquinta the deal.
And Aljamain was very hesitant to sign the deal that he signed with as well.
I mean, this is the only way the fighters can ever have power if they band together. Like, that's literally the only way.
Of course, yeah.
So, I mean...
And they need one sort of upper echelon name that's had world titles before, and they haven't got guys like that because those guys are on so much more money than everyone else that they don't really want to drop down and get involved in the nitty-gritty and have fallouts and disputes with the UFC.
Yeah, like, I was actually talking to Siri about this last night.
Who's Siri?
Neil Siri.
All right, sorry, I don't know.
Irish flyweight. Yeah, you don't follow the Irish thing. But,
I was fucking waiting for that.
But he was saying to me, he's like, right, so even if they doubled everyone's money tomorrow, right? Across the board, doubled everyone's money. The guys at the bottom are still going to be looking at the top going, I'm not getting as much money.
Yeah.
That problem is always going to exist. And he's right about this. That problem's always going to exist. Like, I mean, there's always going to be a massive disparity about what people are earning because different people bring different things to the table. So, I mean... what happens? They get more money, but they're still going to be looking up at the McGregors and the Rouseys of the world going, I don't get that much money.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I don't know. I just think it's shitty that, like, I mean, funny thing about Iaquinta's interview on the MMA or everybody was talking about because he was wearing this real estate kind of uniform and stuff. But there's Siri, he's gone to work every day since he signed his contract. He doesn't think anything of that.
Yeah.
But, if you want to be an elite level fighter,
well, nowadays you have to be 100%. You have to be.
And Iaquinta is a guy who could make a run. Like he looks, when he's good, he looks unbelievable.
Yeah. He can have the off days as well, though, if you know what I mean. But yeah, he's wrecked a few hotels as well. I find that quite funny. That's just said in that article. It was good stuff. That's why I think you like him, Pete, because he wrecks hotels.
Just wrecks it non-stop.
But yeah, no, it is. I think Artem, when I spoke to Artem before his last fight, that was something that came up because the new ownership. We're just coming into the place at the time, and Artem said he reckons, from lower down levels, even the fighters should be paid more.
Oh, well, I mean, if we're going to talk about what should be looked at straight away, it should be the entry level for UFC fighters.
Yeah. Because
guys get there and they think, this is my dream come true.
Yeah.
And they're earning like
6,000,
6 and 6.
Yeah.
That's not good enough. Like
what's the lowest in the UFC? I think it's 6 and 6, isn't it? We've seen that off Nevada pay sheets.
It's the entry level tough track.
Yeah, 6 and 6.
And what happens there? What they used to do this, I'm not too sure what they're still doing now. They give you a 10-fight contract.
Yeah.
So you'll go 6 and 6, then you go 8 and 8.
And that's why you see with the Ultimate Fighter as well at the moment, a lot of guys are holding off. Ryan Curtis,
but
for
these
instance,
guys
they know the contracts are so shit. Yeah.
Like, they're locked into these for like 10 fights. That could be 10 years.
Yeah, Roy Nelson, obviously, remember when he re-signed and things like that.
Yeah, and then you have to go and gamble, and then he ended up losing the fight.
Yeah. It's a fucking joke. Hopefully, the new ownership will cop on and do something better. I know we've some questions about Joe Duffy as well. We'll answer them later on in the show. Can you not just kind of
ask her that for money for them? Like, just for the fighters, no?
No.
Sure would fucking do that. Like, that's
he's so rich.
In the castle here. Lawyer from McGrath Castle.
Owned by the bank. All right. Okay, where are we going now? So what McGregor Alvarez, we've gone off the point a little bit.
So McGregor puts out beg me.
Yeah.
So he's obviously saying beg me to sign, or beg Eddie to to fight him. But I want to see that fight. A lot of people like that's the main event. Like if you want to do New York,
you have to have a big fight.
You get McGregor though. Like that's who
that's
it is.
It. You've no John Jones. You've no GSP. But you know, will they?
Let's be honest. We'd love to see Khabib and Eddie, but you can't wave one thing in your face and then not get it done. Like this has to be. We have to get the contract signed. Like I mean, I think it's good that Conor's pushing out the boat like for himself. You know what I mean? And you can't hate a fella for making money off MMA because nobody very rare situation.
Few guys are. Do you think Conor's just taking the piss a little bit though?
No, I think
no. As in relation that the fight is going to be signed, and it's just a little bit of a charade from the UFC.
He's genuinely holding out. I'd say genuinely holding out for something we'll probably never hear about. It's probably something to do with media obligations. Something to do with. I don't know what it is.
He's just tweeted there 2 hours ago, Wednesday, on the back of the gym before he was attacked by that psycho fan.
He just tweeted Wednesday?
Yeah, he just put a picture of himself at the back of the gym in his lovely car there a minute ago. So yeah, listen, UFC tonight is on this week, so it's on tonight, I think. Obviously, the show won't be up by then.
Ironically called UFC tonight, and it's on tonight. Very good.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see if there's
Is there a show called UFC tomorrow?
No, we should do that though.
UFC yesterday.
UFC tomorrow week.
UFC fortnight.
UFC tomorrow. Fucking deadly. All right, okay. Good stuff there. Okay, a couple of more things to talk. Is the fight going to happen in New York though? Thoughts? Just yeah.
Yeah, I think they have to make it.
Yeah,
I mean, they missed the boat in 200. Look what happened there.
Yeah, and they're not going to do it
2 positive tests, 2 alleged drug violations, should I say?
Yeah.
That's what we say now. We don't say
it's a cracking fight, man. Though it's a cracking fight.
McGregor and Alvarez.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love the fight.
Yeah, I've met it's actually split down the middle the same way as kind of Aldo was before they fought. I know everyone likes to pretend I knew Conor would knock him out in 13 seconds.
I didn't.
Yeah, I know, but the amount of people that that would never happen. If they fought again, it wouldn't happen again.
Yeah, no chance.
Alvarez, the most dangerous thing about Alvarez for me is his second wind. It's like you
nearly
knock him out and then he gets dangerous.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what happened against RDA. You know, it's that bullish.
RDA looks like a beast in the first minute, and then it's just
you hit Eddie and he just sort of wakes up, or he's nearly out and he's gone, and you know
it actually looks like he's out on his feet sometimes, and then he comes back and wins fight. He's absolutely unbelievable, so durable.
And if there's an exchange between the two of them as well, I'd worry if it's in the pocket like that and they're both just swinging guns.
Yeah,
you know, it could go either way. Interesting.
I think we'll see Eddie wrestling.
I could see Eddie wrestling, but I
mean, like with Mark Henry, it's a different game.
That's what I mean. Honest, he's really tidied up on our Mark, and as a lot of guys do. I think it's just an intriguing fight. I love it. I really hope.
And you know what it is? The Kavanagh and Henry thing as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a real. We'll get Mark on again.
It's Niall's work. Niall has been working at this for 3 years. He thought it'd be Frankie, but he'll sell for Alvarez.
Hopefully,
just say you hate him there, Mark, will you? He called you a prick. I
didn't. What the fuck? I'm none of that shit, Stern. I'm a good bloke. Now Mark's a good dude. I have a lot of time for Mark.
Yeah.
As much as you know, people gave me a bit of shit about that interview I did with him.
But why are they giving you shit?
I don't know why they're giving me shit, because you have to hear two sides of the story. That's you know, it's just the way people think.
Because you had John on the next week, didn't you?
No, we haven't had John.
Two sides of the story, what?
No, but John was the one I asked him about the questions where John was slating his boys a little bit. I know, when he things like that. So
yeah, but like this is the stuff we dream about, lads. Yous are talking about it, therefore it's done its job. Do you know what I mean? So don't get onto Niall and slag him.
Pete's actually defending him.
I'll slag him. Holy shit. Right? I'm doing that for you all through the episode.
I wasn't even slagging him. It was one or two. I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, so anyway. No, I got some of them as well. Like, what are you doing interviewing him? What? One of the best coaches in the world. What are you doing interviewing him?
Yeah. Let's not interview.
Sorry, Mark. That's your cut.
Our job is to be impartial.
Yeah.
Impartial.
Oh, I like that.
Derelict my ass.
That's my photography style. Derelict.
You took some great shots today.
Stop.
They were fucking class.
I'm so fucking bad at it.
Okay, just before we get to our final interview of the day, let's mention this card a little bit. Weekend, you know, I really can't see it going any other way. Cyborg versus Landsberg. I've watched 2 of Landsberg's fights last night. Watched them back on the YouTube channel. UFC have put them up. There's no way. You know, I saw Laura Howard, I think it was, the TKO stoppage, and there was another fight she had up. I'll try and get it up there in Cage Warriors. She fought someone else who went to decision, and she's had a few fights after that. I haven't seen her after. She's had a few knockouts in her record. But when you look at someone taking on Cyborg, I'm literally thinking in my head, Cyborg's going to walk forward on the front foot, smack her, with numerous combinations and finish the fight within 1 minute. That's the only way I see this fight going again after watching a few Lena Landsberg's fights.
Lena Landsberg's a decorated striker as well, isn't she?
Yeah, but we didn't see that in Cage Warriors, and I haven't seen her last 3 or 4
What
fights.
about the fact that Cyborg has to cut 25 pounds as of Monday to make the weight?
But she did that the last time as well.
She's only done not the last time. She only did it once. She said she only did it once.
Well, that could be a major issue where she's not going to make weight, and the fight could actually be pulled if it's that much.
Seems mad though, doesn't it? Like why force 140 all the time? She's not going to make 135. Yeah. She nearly dies making 140.
That documentary's coming out soon as well. That one where she's actually crying in it.
I was actually right. I only watched that the first time the other day, and I was like setting myself up for something tragic.
I watched it last night.
It wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, it wasn't awful.
She was crying, holding her stomach. They were fanning her down and things like that.
Maybe I just fucking looked away for a second when the part was on.
No, yeah, no, she was, man. It was quite bad. It looked like she was crying. I literally watched it last night, and she was crying, holding her stomach. Obviously, cramps, pains from her body, obviously spasming up from the dehydration.
It's harsh.
That's hard shit, man. Shit. And is she 20? Where did you read that? 25? It
was on the MMA on Monday. She told him 25 to cut. Man.
That's a lot.
25.
But that's pretty standard for a lot of fighters.
Nah,
20 is in the UFC.
Not fight week, man.
Stephen Thompson used to cut 20 in fight week. A few of the guys do. When he was,
look.
That, obviously, with the with the no IV as well anymore, that's probably a lot more weight. You have to walk around a little bit lighter with the new.
Could you imagine Conor showing up for a fight week at 165 for a featherweight fight?
That's true.
That doesn't happen. Like, I mean, people start their fight camps fucking 25 pounds out. They do.
Tom Breeze didn't.
What?
Tom Breeze didn't.
What do you mean?
Tom put on. You know when he fought Carl?
Yeah.
Tom obviously the fight was at 170. Tom was weighing 200 pounds.
Yeah, he pisses right off him. Yeah.
It's crazy, like.
It's water,
crazy. But he's gone up to 185 now as well.
Is he?
Yeah, he's moved up to 185.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He's
much
huge.
better weight class.
A big tree.
Yeah, he's a big 185er as well.
Huge.
So what were we talking about? Yeah, Cyborg. That fight could be off, man, if that's the amount of weight.
Well, just stop doing the fucking 140. I mean, why? So she can possibly fight Misha Tate or something at 140? Who's going to go anywhere? All they have to say is
she would butcher Misha Tate.
All they have to say is, I fight a bantamweight. I'm not going up to fight this. Like, she's a killer. Like, Cyborg's a killer. Like.
Okay, I'd worry about that main event if she's that much weight to cut. That sort of worries me a bit. I didn't really realise that. That's a lot of fucking weight to cut. Okay, let's get to the interview and we'll talk a little bit about a couple of the fights on that card. I think we're both going to pick Cyborg to win that fight.
Stay tuned to find out, guys.
Stay tuned to find out.
You never know.
But stay tuned for our ticket giveaway, which is coming up next. And your questions are going to be answered by the king, Pete Carroll.
Thanks very much.
And his little peasant, Niall McGrath.
And jumped up knacker, Peter Carroll.
Get your question.
I want that written on my gravestone. He's a jumped up knacker.
They'll probably bury us together, Pete.
We just kind of put each other in caravans and set them on fire and blanche.
All right, let's get to it. UFC 205 welterweight title challenger in the co-main event on that card. He's gone up against Tyron Woodley. He joined me a short interview now. I'm not going to lie to you. He was just about to train with Chris Weidman. So he can only take a short interview. It's under 10 minutes, but we got some response to Tyron Woodley's comments during the week, so do check that out. And then we'll be back, as I said, to do that ticket giveaway for ACB 47 and answer your questions and talk a little bit about that fight card this weekend at UFC Fight 995 in Brasilia.
Hey guys, this is Ian McCall, UFC Flyweight, and you're listening to Talking Brawls.
Delighted to welcome back on the show. This man challenges for that world welterweight title in New York, the first ever mixed martial arts UFC event in New York, and it's Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Stephen, first of all, great to have you on the show. I believe you're actually in New York at the moment. Just fill me in what's going on.
Yeah, man. So, started the camp up this week, and what better place to do it than New York City, or actually Long Island, but in New York, hanging out with my buddy Chris Weidman. We'll be fighting on the same card. And Ray Longo's, Matt Sarah. So I'm here for the week, man, and going to be traveling back and forth from South Carolina to New York. New York is definitely kind of like a second home to me because, I train here a lot and super excited about stepping in that octagon November 12th, man.
Definitely. Was there a point where you thought this fight mightn't have happened because, Tyron was looking for that big super fight straight off the bat?
I mean, it crossed my mind, but you know what? There was also at the same time, there was nobody in the division that has deserved it. I believe more than I have. I've got a 7-fight winning streak, which is more than anybody in the division right now, and defeated the number one contender. So I knew it was going to happen, but there's always that little thing in the back of your head, like, what if, they just decided to do something crazy and I don't get that shot, So, it's always something in the back of my head that it may not go the way I wanted it to go. But you know what? It's happened. He called it out on Fox Sports 1. Man, I'm prepared. I'm preparing now. And, man, I can't stop smiling, to be honest with you.
It's great news, well deserved, in my opinion. It was the only fight I thought should have happened. Talk to me about, Chris is there. Obviously, he's family now as well to you. Chris is preparing for Yoel Romero. You said to me off air there just before we came on that you've similar type opponents. How beneficial is it to have a guy like Chris that you can use, and he can use you to take into sparring and prepare for this big fight?
Oh, man, it's huge, because we're both preparing pretty much for the same guy. Romero likes to keep his right side forward. Tyron likes to keep his left foot in front. But both explosive guys, got a mean and a heavy hand, wrestling background. So we're both preparing for the same guy. And Chris is great at simulating fighters. He's got that wrestling base. He's a very strong and heavy guy, and a very strong explosive fighter as well. So it's definitely going to help me out, against Tyron Woodley. Yeah. And I think the same thing for Yoel Romero. I'm fast. I'm explosive as well. Maybe not. I don't have the wrestling experience, but man, we're a great team. It's been happening. It's been working so far really good, and we're going to do that. We're going to keep it going.
I know Chris has been working a little bit with Mark Henry, who coaches the likes of Frankie Edgar, Edson Barbosa, Eddie Alvarez. Is that somewhere you'll be going as well?
You know what? Yeah, man. I've actually done some training, not with the guys, but with Mark Henry. Very intelligent coach. And, hopefully we'll get some work in with him this week as well. Definitely,
yeah. Mark's a good guy. We've had Mark on the show many a time. One of the most underrated guys on the scene.
Oh, man, let me tell you about it. I mean, he's very, he's very good at strategizing against opponents. He's very good at that and picking opponents apart and breaking them down. So glad to have him glad to be on the team with him as well.
Were you surprised in the manner in which Tyron Woodley finished Robbie Lawler in that fight?
Yeah, man. To be honest, I wasn't the only one who did not expect that. I expected, a different Robbie Lawler. The Robbie Lawler that you normally see, who's a very aggressive, who goes out there and just kind of stalks his opponent down. In the first round, I was watching the fight. I was like, wait a second, why is he backing up? That's just something, Lawler doesn't do. Tyron doesn't fight very well backing up. Yeah. And that's something that one of the first things I thought I was going to see Lawler do, is realize that and just start pushing the pace. But after that clinch, I think it happened in the first round, he started backing up, and that's how he got caught.
Do you think that's a huge? Do you think that's a huge advantage for you that you're able? You're so well versed off your back foot. He's not particularly good off his back foot. Tyron, is that a huge advantage for you going into this fight?
Yeah, I think so, man. The pressure that I push is a different kind of pressure. Yeah. Because you don't know where my techniques are coming from, so you always have to be on edge. And when you're feeling that kind of pressure, it's not like a normal boxing pressure where I'm just kind of walking you down. It's one of those in and out kind of pressure where you don't know what I'm going to throw, and that can actually wear you out. Burns off a lot of nervous energy because you don't know what techniques are coming. And you know what? In sparring, I actually wear a lot of guys out just by moving.
You talk about the nervous pressure as well. What's the pressure like you going into this fight? Have you felt any different? Obviously, it's going to be different, on fight week, closer to the fight. But you're coming into this fight as a favourite in a world title fight. Has the pressure been different? Have you felt any different going into this?
You know what? I go at every fight exactly the same. If I'm the favorite, if I'm not the favorite, my goal is to prepare for that guy standing in front of me, and nothing else really matters. I know a lot of fighters, a lot of opponents out there who let that kind of stuff bother them a little bit. They worry about if they're going to be the favorite or not the favorite. When all they should just do is just prepare and just go out there and do your thing, man. Don't worry about everything else. That doesn't matter, and that's how I like to look at it. And that's something my dad has taught me at a young age since I started competing, and then I've been using it ever since.
Tyron,
of course, I think it's going to be a little bit different just because I'm fighting for the welterweight championship. You know what I mean?
In New York.
There is a little bit of pressure there.
In
But,
New York.
You know what? I'm just going to go out there and do my thing, and that's how I look at it.
In New York, in Madison Square Garden as well. First ever UFC event. No pressure at all. I want to get your thoughts on what Tyron had to say. He came out and he said, I really don't respect Stephen Wonderboy Thompson as a man. How would you respond to those comments?
Well, first of all, that's just stupid talk. I mean, for real, the guy doesn't even know me.
Yeah.
What have I done to him to make him not respect me as a man? You know what I mean? So, that's just stupid talk. I think he's just talking out of his butt, just trying to hype the fight up, maybe trying to get in my head a little bit. It ain't going to work. You know what I mean? I laugh at that. Come on now.
Yeah.
I think it's nonsense.
He said he knows that we committed to this fight almost 6 weeks ago, and for him to charade around like I'm scared to fight him, retweeting and liking all these posts, that's where his exact comments today.
Really? Man, yeah I don't know, man. I don't know if he's just trying to hype himself up or, I don't know, man. You know what? It doesn't bother me one bit. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to put my foot upside his head, and that's going to be the end of it, That's the plan anyway.
The formal, it's been confirmed, not confirmed as co-main event yet. The main event is yet to be formally confirmed, but it's rumored to be Eddie Alvarez and Conor McGregor. How do you feel about having a title fight in a co-main event slot below those guys, if that's to happen?
Man, this is definitely a dream come true. I know I've been working really hard trying to get on this card because not only am I fighting Madison Square Garden, but I want to be fighting on the same card as my brother-in-law, Chris Weidman.
Yeah.
We'll have the whole family there, and we're going to lose, man. You know what? I'm going to go out there and give it all I got. And to have my family around me at the same time it's a bonus, man. And the co-main event, man, like I said, it's a dream come true. New York is like a home away from home. I spend a lot of time here with Chris and the fans and people at Ray Longo's, Matt Sarah's. Man, it's something I'm really looking forward to.
Would you be irritated the fact that Conor McGregor and Eddie Alvarez be main events? Or is that good for you because Conor's such a big draw?
Man, not at all. I'm just excited to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just super excited to be out there ready to do my thing.
Awesome stuff. So how does Tyron Woodley end up on November 12th in New York?
You know what? If it's the first round knockout, or if it's going to go 5-minute rounds, man, look for an action-packed fight, man, because I'm going to be ready for it. I don't go out there looking for the knockout, because sometimes when I go out there looking for it, it doesn't happen. I'm just going to let it happen.
Good stuff, Stephen. Looking forward to the fight. Hopefully we'll have you on again before then. Always a pleasure to talk to my friend.
Thanks, brother. You have a good one.
And that was Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Big thanks to Stephen for taking time out of his training schedule to stop by and chat to me for a second. I'm just dropping my phone there. Apologies.
Was that the phone?
No. It was
thank God. Jesus.
Phone on. Yeah, it was the crappy phone. Okay, so big thanks to Steve again. Training for that fight. Looking forward to that one immensely. I can't see it going any other way bar Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's a bit of shit talk going down as well. I think Stephen knows exactly what he's doing there. Good to hear. I like that little side of the mind games coming into play. Your thoughts on that, Scrap Pizzi? We're going to have a new welterweight champion for me. You agree?
Yeah, I think it's, he just makes everyone look so mediocre and they're standing up like a, but one thing I'll give Woodley, like, he can explode over distance a lot better than Rory McDonald. Like, if he gets,
that's true.
If he gets,
saw it against Lawler.
Yeah, if he gets, like, even for a takedown, like, he can cover distance a lot quicker than what Rory does. Like, he won't have to go for. I think if he gets Thompson down, Thompson's going to be in a serious amount of trouble given his wrestling background. But it's just getting the fucker down. Like, I mean, he's absolutely unbelievable.
So fast, and he's quick off the back foot.
Like, look what Johnny Hendricks was the welterweight champion of the world. Look what he did to him. Like, it was absolute massacre. It's like, I can remember I was speaking to...
Woody's not good off the back foot as well. Sorry for interrupting you. And Stephen's so good going forward.
Yeah, I can remember I was speaking to Raymond Daniels, who was preparing Rory.
And
he was like, it's just so foreign to MMA fighters to see, because Raymond Daniels is like spectacular.
He works with Rory. He worked with Wonderboy as well.
Yeah.
And they had to sort of cut ties.
He fought Wonderboy.
Oh, did he? In kickboxing?
Yeah. And he was DQ'd. He looked like he sparked him. But anyway, I don't really know what happened there. No, actually, do you know what? Wonderboy done his knee in the first 30 seconds, so it was just called off.
All right, okay.
But he was just saying, like, if you don't get these kind of lads throwing shots at you all the time, like, this caliber of fighters, and from them angles, the way they're throwing stuff is so different to, like, straight kind of you know, basic boxing, basic kickboxing. They're on a completely different planet. And that's why we're seeing MVP absolutely total these cans that he's put in front of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't go into that. We can talk about that. I'd love to see you mentioned. I think you put up on Twitter him and
Chael,
him and Chael. That'd be a cracker, man.
Yeah, he fights,
but
like,
a legitimate test.
Yeah, I mean,
how do you feel about Chael coming back? I'm not as into it as everyone is.
No, but he means so much. Like he's so we'll watch him like 100%. Like that's the thing. Like you can say.
Do you generally think people will though? Maybe he's a little bit too long out of the sport. Maybe he hasn't done enough.
Yeah,
in
just
his
ask
career.
Shamrock and fucking Hoist Gracie how many people they watched. They nearly broke a fucking TV record. Do you know what I mean? Well, Kimbo was on that card as well. And we know how much he brought to the table. But I guarantee he'll get asses in seats. I guarantee people are going to watch him. I think he's happy enough to go on the Antiques Roadshow though.
Yeah. Get a few quid. He's probably on a big contract with Bellator.
Like MVP fights are welterweight, but I'd love to see him go up at 185 and fight Chael.
Yeah, Rory and fucking MVP.
That's what Chael should have done. Called out MVP straight away, even though it's obviously a guy just got his skull fucking smashed open the last time he fought him. But he should. I don't know. Like I was just thinking that'd be the perfect kind of shot to call because puts MVP on his back. Like I mean, if Cyborg could fucking take him down, Chael can take him down. But different weight classes. I actually I thought it'd be funny. That fight.
Has he got a fight? Has he got a fight on him?
Think about how much Chael could make him. Like he could put him on. You know what do they call? You know what do they call it in wrestling? Put him over.
Put him over. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's what Chael can do. Like he made Anderson Silva. Who Anderson Silva? A lot of
course.
that,
UFC 129.
Like I know we were all Anderson Silva fans before that, but as far as the casual fans, if you ever watch the documentary, like Water, the Anderson Silva one, the American people hated him. Like they wanted him to die because he was fighting Chael. That's how passionate people. Like he's so good at that, and I really think like I was thinking that's what they were going to do with him.
You invested in Chael during that fight. I think everyone invested in Chael
not
during
me,
those.
Big
those
Silva
two
fan
fights.
back then.
I invested in Chael. I like the shit talk. I think people wanted to see Anderson lose. It happens to all champions, you know.
I definitely didn't. I never understood when people wanted Anderson to lose. I was just like, this is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, you do now because he got caught for doping.
He was using an erection tablet his friend gave him from Thailand. What's so strange about that?
Yeah, my arse, he was.
Listen, man, that's exactly what happened, and we won't be talking about Anderson like this.
All right, I'm sorry. I apologise.
What about Nick Diaz reefered out of his mind? He could have killed someone with all that reefer. Oh, that reefer. Watch out for that, guys. A lot of people peddling reefer around the ways. Don't take it. It will kill you.
Don't. We don't.
You can die instantly from smoking reefer.
Yeah, and of course you can. It's lethal.
So, anyone listening, stay away. It can kill. Reefer kills.
Okay, let's move on. There's Mr. Carl's thoughts.
Just say no. Just say no.
UFC Fight Night 95 this weekend. We just mentioned it there. You're obviously picking Cyborg. She's going to go through Landsberg, yeah?
I'm more interested in the fucking weigh-in. I'm not even messing with you. Like, that's it. She should beat her, you know, definitely. I love Cyborg. I love watching her. Remember we went to her fight? It was
unbelievable against Faye Fan.
I couldn't wait to just see her, and then she absolutely lives up to all the expectation. She walks out, and it's like a god has just walked into the room.
She likes a load of stuff on my Instagram page.
Yeah, she does have a million as well.
It must be some bot or
someone PR guy, some algorithm. But she's she really she actually has that real presence about her.
She must know we're the kings of Ireland.
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
You're the king.
I'm sure she saw.
I'm your butler.
Yeah, nice one. But she must have saw me jump her. But I mean, she's a proper main eventer. Like I can remember her over there, like, and I was absolutely in awe of her. She went in and started someone in about 10 seconds.
We got up and had a little look.
We
were like two
we
little
ran out to the tunnel and all just to see her. Like, oh my god,
there's Cyborg.
Yeah, my first and only Cyborg experience, but it absolutely was brilliant. Yeah. She's an unbelievable fighter. It's unbelievable the way she has been portrayed, because maybe she's not as pretty as some of the people out there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, she is a fighter. Like, she's 100%.
Oh yeah,
that's
it. There's no airs and graces.
I guess it's the steroid thing as well. I mean, she has tested positive.
Yeah, right? She tested positive for when she was in Strikeforce.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I mean, I understand when people have that kind of thing. Like, I mean, it does do something to a fighter when you find out he's been juicing, apart from Anderson Silva, who was only taking him steroid. So, I mean, he's taking some erection pills off his friend.
Yeah,
100%.
Thailand, yeah, 100%.
That's a genuine.
So we're both picking. I'm picking Cyborg to win within 2 minutes against Landsberg. I think Landsberg is a good prospect, but you know,
will she weigh in at 140?
That's a huge problem.
I'm guessing yes, because Lockhart's there. If Lockhart wasn't there, I'd say absolutely not.
After you're telling me, I didn't realize that she was that much over. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if she weighed in a little bit over. Fight will probably happen. Let's hope it does, because I don't want to see Henan Barrow, Philip Nova knocked up to main.
Felipe Nova, you mean?
Felipe Nova.
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
I beg your pardon.
This guy was meant to be the next GSP.
I know, yes, I remember. Yeah.
Lost his last fight. It's a big one for him. That's a big fight for him.
Barrow, it's a big fight for as well. Barrow's sort of been all over the place since.
It's an excellent time for Felipe Nova to fight
Barrow. Yeah, I agree. Barrow's lost his last 2. Dillashaw, Stevens. It's 3 of his last 4, actually. In fact, Mitch Gagnon was the only win in between those 2 fights with Dillashaw.
I can reveal that I was asked to fight Henan Barrow on that card, but I am already booked up with a few points from my friends that night. So
picking Henan to win that.
Yeah, I think I have to. If I'm looking at the 2 guys as like just their styles,
records and
their styles, Barrow probably beats him, but what a win it would be for Nova. Look,
yeah, absolutely fantastic.
In saying that, did you think Jeremy Stevens was going to get a bigger pop off his one off Barrow? I really did. It's like everyone was before it. If Jeremy manages to beat him, it's going to be amazing.
But I think a lot of people were expecting Jeremy to beat him because Henan looked so bad against TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah, but it's fucking TJ Dillashaw. He's one of the best fighters in the world.
That's true.
But they're talking about Frankie and...
Yeah, Jeremy Stevens. That looks like it's going to happen for 205.
Absolutely unreal.
Do you like that fight?
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah, it's a good stand-up fight. But I don't know whether Jeremy's at that. I wouldn't mind seeing him having. I know he's an old sort of skilled veteran.
Yeah, but I mean,
wouldn't mind having someone a little bit lower down first.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought you were going to say the other way around.
No, not at all. I just would have liked to see them a little bit slower. I think Frankie would be too much for him on the feet, too fast, too many combos in and out.
But
he wouldn't be able to really engage with him.
Just gets lads into these bludgeoning matches.
I just remember that knee against Bermudez. Holy shit, that standing knee.
Front row.
Yeah, we both were.
No, you weren't.
I was there, you fucking
front row, yeah?
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah. I wasn't actually. I was in the back, grinding pizza.
You and you rats in the back.
Doing my interviews in the back with Mr. fucking Stevens. We didn't get Jeremy that night because he was obviously on the main card. Okay, a fight that we're very much looking forward to, I think, and a lot of people, is seeing Mr. Felder back in action against Trinaldo. Tough one to call. We touched on this last week when we had bing ding blah, 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 blah. We touched on this last
touching.
I said it again. You're just doing my head in, man. Fuck. Stop talking.
Just blaming me for this.
Trinaldo Felder, interesting scrap. Paul said to us last week that he really feels as though it's time for him to put everything together in the octagon. He's been gone back to his Muay Thai and working on that with some old school guys, really sort of specialising in that ahead of this fight against Trinaldo. It's going to be really interesting. Trinaldo's a gritty sort of grinder. Probably lost a couple of those fights on that 6-fight win streak where he got a split decision against Norman Park, probably most notably. But that's a big fight for both guys. Trinaldo especially, probably going to break into the top 15 with a win there, you'd imagine. Felder as well, felt as though he hasn't really showcased all his skills. It's a good fight in paper.
This is the problem. Trinaldo makes fights shit. Makes such fights so awkward for guys who are really technical, like a guy like Felder who's really technical. They don't have a lot of success against Trinaldo, so that's going to be the hard part for him. The thing is, we all think of Paul Felder and we think of them spectacular kicks. Yeah. We think of all the spectacular things he can do. Trinaldo's not going to let him do it. Like, Trinaldo's not going to give him any space. Yeah. He's going to be bearing down him for the whole shot because he needs to hit him hard straight out the gates to send a message.
Well, what do you do? Is he trying to take him to the deck? Is he going to stay in the field?
Like, I think if you look at them 2 guys, Paul's a better fighter.
Yeah.
But it's the way Trinaldo uses what he has. He makes it a nightmare. I can remember watching Park and you could just see how frustrating he was. Yeah. Like, you're just like, Jesus Christ. Very clever way to fight, though.
But does he want to get in the clinch with Paul Felder as well? That's somewhere where Paul's very good.
Yeah, that's true enough. And he does a lot of damage from the boxing clinch. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's Paul's an interesting scrap. It really is.
Yeah, I just hope that, for the fans' sake, I hope... Felder can control the distance and make it a bit of a spectacle. Yeah. Like, but
it could go the other way. Is that what you're sort of saying?
No,
you're more than likely thinking it's going to be a dirty, gritty fight.
Yeah. I think like if you're looking
at that, it's going to be Trinaldo for you.
Well, I think he has the ability to do that, but I fancy Paul to do it. It's just I know what Trinaldo I don't think it's not a perfect fight for Paul to show us what he's all about.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
and if he does do that, it'll be exceptional.
Yeah, I think we're going to see something from Paul because, as I said to you,
if he does that against Ronaldo, that's exceptional.
And I said to you, speaking to him last week, he was very grumpy. He's really in fight mode, as you can understand. And I just think Paul, to be honest with you, I wasn't too impressed with his last performance against Josh Berkman. It was grindy, gritty, got the job done. But I think Paul is more in his locker, if you know what I mean. And I think we're going to see that this weekend. I think he's really focused on doing that. And as you said, another element of this fight is, Paul has a vicious temper on him, in training, his nickname 0 to 100 and things like that. He needs to keep that under control, in check in Brazil, with the, the hostile crowd as well. I don't think you can, that has to be taken into consideration, and especially a guy against Ronaldo as well, who does, as you said, he's going to drag it, make it a gritty fight. He needs to really keep cool, and that could be another element to watch out as well, that fella just doesn't try and fucking stand and bang and do all sorts of stuff. But interesting, I'm going to pick Paul Felder anyway. I think he's going to knock him out within the 3. Late knockout, 3rd round for me.
Would you be worried if it went to decision after the...
Yeah, in Brazil, of course.
After Norman as well, with Ronaldo. You can't help but think about it, right?
Yeah, and it wasn't the only fight.
It's not Ronaldo's fault.
It wasn't the only fight that Ronaldo, snuck by a split decision as well.
Yeah, I think recent enough one, didn't he?
There was one of them went. I think even maybe the Medeiros fight, his last one. I think Yancy might have even nicked that, and he got given it. Unanimous. I think it was one of those really shitty calls. But there's some other decent fights in the card as well. Juicy Formiga versus Dustin Ortiz. Who are you picking anyway, Pete? You going to go with Ronaldo?
No, we'll go Felder.
Okay. Juicy Formiga and Dustin Ortiz. That's a nice flyweight.
Are we really just not going to say about Roy Nelson and Bigfoot?
I was going to touch back on it.
Touch, were you? You're going to touch?
Are we really interested in Antonio Silva anymore? Look, let's be honest. The guy is probably the only guy who really should be allowed of TRT, because he does have obviously born with a growth defect.
Can I just say, there's one thing that sticks out in my head.
He's lost like 6 of his last 7 or something.
One thing that sticks out in my head about Antonio Silva is that fight against Cain Velasquez, where he ground and pounded him, his soul away, and he's in this big pool of blood, and the blood is thick, like EPO. Because that's what they used to have to do in the Tour de France. They used to have to go and cycle during the night because their blood would get thick, like just so so they could work. Like that's how much. Yeah. And I can always looked at that and I go, that looks like me some EPO.
But like, you're not gonna. Roy Nelson's gonna fucking starch him. Stefan Struve can do it in 14 seconds.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying. I know Roy is like lost 4 of his last 5 as well, but I just can't see where that's like Bigfoot wins this fight. Nowhere.
No, I don't either.
That's why I don't think it's really.
Do you want me to really say where he wins this fight? Brazil, if anywhere. If he can make it go to a fucking decision.
Yeah,
but
it's not going to decision. Yeah. Unless Silva has drastically changed. It's his last chance. I think potentially the guy should retire.
Heavyweights, man, have longer lives because they can. Because they don't have enough heavyweights. You know what I mean?
He's had a long life, and it's probably coming to an end. Look at his record, man. You can't defend that. It's not. He's lucky probably to still be around in the UFC.
That's bad out.
So
bad out, man.
I'm just saying that memorable fight against Mark Hunt was pretty awesome. But you look at the last.
Let's think about his record isn't that bad. He's only been knocked out like 6 times in the last 6 fights.
Yeah. So that's sort of my take on it.
Saul Pelali must feel bad about himself.
Eric Silva's on this card as well. Jesus, he's really.
That's another guy.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're gonna say about Eric Silva. It's been sort of branded around.
I'm not even talking about that fucking stupid. Post fucking. Look at him you said. Yeah. You know what I mean. They basically were if it was that easy to do it, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? They're professional athletes. Of course they're gonna fucking do it. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Eric Silva,
Alan Patrick and Stevie Ray. That's a good scrap. UFC fight pass.
Stevie Ray. Stevie fucking Ray.
Stevie Ray. Yeah, no,
stop shouting, talking to this. Don't talk to
Alan Patrick.
The microphone. Fuck off.
Beat Damian Brown in his debut. Do you remember that? And he lost to Ty Simov. We were at that fight in Berlin.
I wasn't.
Were you not?
No.
No, you didn't do that card. It was too small for you.
You said it. You said it, not me.
Okay, yeah, but that's an interesting scrap as well. Overall, the card it's not amazing, but a few good fights on it, all the same to look forward to.
A few barn burners, you want to say no?
Yeah, a few barn burners. Yeah, definitely a few barn burners on that fight card this weekend.
I'm only looking forward to Cyborg, Burrell, Ronaldo and Felder.
Formiga Ortiz, it's a good scrap.
Yeah, okay.
It is.
Oh, yeah, it's grand.
2 fucking very good flyweights, man.
Listen, there's only one flyweight on my mind.
Oh, yeah. Noel McGrath. Flyweight. Jesus, that'd be the fucking day I ever sniffed at.
This is now, I guess I'll never fight Siri. That's the end of it. I'll never make flyweight. I'll never get the chance to fight him in the octagon, which we all talked about for the next Dublin show.
Oh, it's such a shame, isn't it?
It's a shame for the fans,
Okay, it's about that time of the week where we're going to answer some questions.
Oh, I thought you meant the other time we don't tell people about.
But first of all, I said it was about that time.
Oh, it's not quite though.
There we go.
Yeah. Stay ahead of the game. No, we'll catch you slipping.
Yeah, I fucking will. It's ticketing time. 2 tickets to give away for ACB.
Oh my God.
On the 1st of October in Glasgow. And we're not playing for your fucking flights to your hotel.
No, just let's listen. You're getting tickets to the show. Go to Glasgow yourself.
Exactly. So this is how this shit is going down.
You cannot have a lend my
yeah.
What the fuck?
How's
Oh
it
no!
going down?
What?
A bit of DMX, man.
Very angry rapper from Yonkers.
There we go. Yeah, from Yonkers in New York. Is that a nice spot? That place.
Well, when I was a rapper, I lived there.
So this is how it's going down. The competition time.
Oh, it's very
on
smooth.
Talking Brawls. This is smooth shit from Mr. Smooth.
Mr. Smooth.
How have I not got a gig in the radio yet with a voice like this? Seriously.
How long every day do you spend practicing?
You know what Matt Bourne once called me? The man with the golden dulcet tones. How good is that? Oh, look at the way you're looking at me now. I've got you. Look at him. He's Matt Bourne from Bama.
Oh yeah. No, of course I know who Matt Bourne is. Fucking hell. What are you telling me?
Okay, we're going to get done for copyright if we don't get this shit off in a minute. Okay.
Next time you want that, I'll just record a track in my gaff.
Okay, so here's how it's going down. What you have to do is to get those tickets. Peter is going to come up with a question here now, and we don't even have a clue how we're going to fucking do this. Okay.
All right. Let's think of a good question.
That's a good question. Who did Norman Park fight that we've mentioned?
You didn't even know the question just went, eh.
Who did Norman Park fight that is fighting on the UFC Brasilia card this weekend?
Are you serious, eh?
Oh, fuck off.
We just fucking talked about that literally in the last... That's funny, leave it in. What you need? We'll think of a question, hang on.
Okay, yeah. We can't stay too long though.
Right. You're not paying for this, DMX. But, right. We should surely do a Neil Siri question.
Yeah. You go ahead then.
You have to tell us what part of Dublin does Neil Siri come from?
Very good question, Pete.
Tough one as well.
What part of Dublin does Neil Siri come from? There's a question. You have to get that in on Twitter. You have to hashtag Talking Brawls, at Severe MMA, at Talking Brawls, and ACB Glasgow. I think that's the official tag. Or ACB 48 possibly is the official tag.
Neil
47, should I say.
Neil Siri, where he lives, here's another clue. A lot of people have ACAB tattooed on their knuckles.
There you go. Good stuff. So that is it. Get on Twitter, at Severe MMA, at Talking Brawls, with that answer. Where does Neil Siri come from in Dublin? That is the question. And you will win 2 tickets to ACB Glasgow.
Flights and accommodation not included. Flights and accommodation not included.
Flights and accommodation not included. Contact your local operators for just pay-per-view. They should get me doing the voiceovers.
So if you're not going to Glasgow, don't fucking ask us. Yeah. I don't want to hear it.
Exactly. It's like Redzer. It was very funny with Redzer.
Oh, that was
brilliant.
Brilliant.
On Twitter the other day, or Facebook. And you fucking idiots asking me for things. My own friend, and your man, mesh him. Like,
did you see your man?
Are you Lowry? He was going, I was fucking
Lowry, a legend. But did you see what John Gavin put underneath it? Some fella then...
I'll contact Andy Ryan.
Contact Paul Redmond.
Paul Redmond, yeah.
Some fella asked him for tickets and he just writes back, contact Paul Redmond for tickets.
It was very good in fairness.
He has 50 tickets only, so don't...
Turn this shit off, fuck.
Redzer only has 50 tickets for UFC Belfast, so hurry up. If you're gonna get onto him immediately when you hear this.
I heard he got another 100 today.
Did he?
Yeah.
Fair play to him.
You're
gonna have to get onto him. Redzer at Redzer MMA. So he's a ticket tout in his spare time. So make sure. I'm literally eating the fucking thing. I can't get any closer to the mic.
Yeah, man, I have to edit all this shit.
I'll edit your face with a box.
Just a little bit back. There you go. You're grand.
Jesus.
There you go. You're perfect now. That's perfect.
I want a headset like Britney Spears the next time.
A little bit back, please.
Are you fuck off?
Yeah, just a touch. There we go. It's grand. Okay. All right. We better get to the questions because It is going to be fucking.
Get me a Britney Spears headset for the next time.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I will definitely.
Thanks.
Just shut him up. Anything you fucking tell him at this stage. All right, you can get constant on Twitter at 9McGrath4, at PTCard, at Severe MMA, at Talking Brawls. Phone number +353 838 858 We do get, in fairness, we do get a fair amount.
Oh, it's mad.
Messages on WhatsApp, but we're asking people, will you send in voice questions? Can you not just fucking do that?
Do they never do
No,
it?
it'd be a bit.
I always just thought you didn't have the technology.
It'd be a crack. Oh man, I can do anything. I can interview anyone if they were fucking on anything. I can interview them.
What if they're on ease?
Some for the idiot. Oh,
What if they're on ease?
Let's not talk about drugs anymore, Pete.
Just say no.
You're-
Just say no. This podcast is brought to you by Just Say No.
This podcast is brought to you by Horizon. What the Americans, man, listen to the
Lucky
TV over there.
bastards.
It's some fucking crazy shit.
Any American sponsors want to get in touch?
Yeah. Oh yeah, hit us up. Looking for sponsors as well. Yeah.
Looking for a sponsor. That's going to be our show. Instead of looking for a fight, we could be...
We should have a sponsor. We're mega. We're wide. Like sure. Ariel was talking about how good our show was on the live weigh-in thing as well.
Yeah, an avid listener.
Avid listener of our show. Okay. Let's get to it. Okay, I'll just remind you that question again. On Twitter, get on. Where is Neil Seary from in Finglas? Hashtag Talking Brawls.
I mean, Dublin, there might have been a slip there.
At Severe MMA. Oh shit! I just gave it away.
Leave it in.
Did I? Oh my god! Fuck it.
Well, there you go. You
there
might
you
have
go.
got a massive clue 20 seconds ago.
That's for international listeners. We have a lot of listeners in the UK, in fairness, so they wouldn't have the fucking space.
It's funny the way we planned that out.
Okay. Yeah. So just right.
That was completely planned.
Put that answer. Put that answer on Twitter. You have to put it on Twitter.
I can't believe
Talking Brawls at Severe MMA. Hashtag Talking Brawls with your answer. I just gave it to you.
Do you know
Spice
what
and
I-
notes.
do you know what
I didn't fucking mean to do that.
I was looking at you and I was going,
Oh,
he's
I've
going to
just
say,
gone,
he's
no.
going to, oh my God.
Oh, this is a fucking disaster. Okay.
So, obviously, very tough question, but maybe if you rewind 40 seconds before,
yeah.
we get a massive clue.
So there you go. I just gave you the fucking answer. Okay. So, again, with the answer, just basically tweet us with that
Fella's
answer
gonna be
that I
right,
just
like
gave you.
beside Dunstars.
There we go. Okay. You have to obviously tag about Talking Brawls. Sorry, fucking, I can't even think now. So fucking my brain is melted off.
That was a classic moment.
That was a classic Talking Brawls moment. Yeah, just get on Twitter. Give us the answer I just gave you there.
That's up there with
At
Sassy.
Talking Brawls, at Severe MMA, hashtag ACB47. For that, you have to do all that now, or we're not gonna. It'll be invalid and it'll be void. You'll be fucked. So you have to use all those hashtags and ats and shit as well.
Yeah.
So get them in. Okay, first question of the week. Let's go to the phone lines. On our phone line, +353 838 858 Talking Brawls with PT and Niall on Severe MMA. First question this week is from our good pal Farrell Connolly.
Friddle.
How do you see ACB Glasgow going? And Manny, we mentioned that last week, so it's the next one down. Who's next fight? Michael Johnson. Possibly Khabib, he says. No.
Nah. Well, look, it would have been a good show up until what we're...
Yeah. No, go ahead. What do you mean a good shout? For what?
Like, I mean, they're talking about Khabib and thing now, so...
Yeah, go ahead. Talk about Khabib.
Yeah, well, they're talking about him being the guy who's going to come in for the main event.
I don't know. I still think...
I don't think they would. I don't think he would have got him anyway.
Yeah, I think Conor is going to happen.
I hope so.
I think Conor and Eddie's going to happen. And it's interesting for Michael Johnson because, you know, he's a guy who's been sort of up at that level before. Obviously, had the bad problems with the shoulder. I think that's been a massive issue. He's mentioned that over his last number of fights. It was a niggly grinding issue. He looked brilliant the other night. So the interesting thing is, you know, he's not in the top 15. Is he, Johnson?
Yeah.
Is he back in it? Oh, he is. Sorry, he's number 10. An interesting fight, you know, for him would be someone like Will Brooks. You know, I like that fight. I think it's a good test. You know, Will is sort of good everywhere. It still remains to be seen how good Will Brooks is going to be in this division. It's a fight I'd like to see Poirier do as well against Will Brooks. But no, Johnson would be really interesting because he beat Poirier. It'd be a step up in competition for Johnson as well, and Brooks, both of them. And I think we get a bloody good fight out of that. I really do.
Yeah,
it'd be an interesting one. A really good test for Will as well because a lot of
Brooks
people.
is currently booked to face
Who is he? Yeah,
Alex Oliveira on October 1st.
Okay, well I think he wins that. Brazilian
Brazilian Cowboy.
Yeah, I think he does win that. Maybe Evan Dunham. Evan Dunham's coming off a decent
Evan Dunham
win
was a good
last
win.
weekend.
It was a debutant he fought, but he dominated.
Yeah, that could be a good
Rich
fight.
Green or something. Rick Green.
Evan Dunham's, it's hardy, grindy vet. That would be a really good test.
Grindy.
Yeah, or grindy, whatever it is. I'm not sure. It's a tough one to call. He's fought a lot of the guys around there as well, so that's the interesting thing. Maybe even the winner of this weekend's fight, Paul Felder versus Francisco Ronaldo.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
There we go. Why not? Let's do that. I like that. That's what I like. I'll go with that. Okay, Petey. Our next question. Geez, we got an awful lot of tweets there in the last couple of minutes.
Right, come on.
Coming in. Okay, we've a load to get through. Alan, at AJK_Dublin. So I'll start. The first obvious one, who will headline the MSG show? Connor and Eddie. Yeah.
Well, Eddie's going to be there anyway.
Well, yeah, Eddie's going to be headlining regardless, I think. His home camp, all those boys in there are obviously wanting to hang around and fight. Okay. North American Pete, the Cleveland Heckler, as he's also known as. He's a few here. Does he reckon a lot of Irish will travel to MSG? There's a lot of Irish. Yes. There's a huge amount of Irish over there as well.
Already booked up. Already completely booked up because every Irish woman goes shopping in New York, so every Irish man will now need another plane to carry them all over.
Yeah, and a lot of families won't be having Christmases as well for the single lads. There'll be no presents going around. But yeah, there's a huge Irish community in New York as well, Pete. I have a lot of friends working out there, living out there.
Sure, we all came across on the coffin ships during the Great Famine.
That's it. So, yeah, it's a lot like California, stuff like
over
that.
To the New World.
Travel out of Vegas where...
oh, jeez, I can't wait to go to the New World.
Yeah, to live the American dream. No, we love our American fans. We have a lot on the show. Yeah, but Pete, there's going to be man, New York. Everyone in Ireland loves New York. And there's a lot of Christmas shopping, as Petey said, that time of year as well. So be a lot of weekends. I guarantee you there will be green, white and gold in New York if Conor McGregor is headlining that card with Eddie Alvarez, which we expected to be announced in the next couple of weeks. It's stalling a bit, but I think
next couple of weeks? It's fucking
there.
7 weeks away.
The next week.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe even tonight. UFC tonight goes down tonight. It probably will, because every time we finish this fucking show, something breaks.
Yeah, well, if we ever get the fucking show finished.
Yeah, because you won't stop talking over me and you're muddling my mind.
You won't stop talking.
Okay, John Menton, fondest memories of Neil Seary. This is going to get PT crying now here in a minute.
No, John.
A non-UFC career.
I wish I could go into some of the things that I've seen with Neil Seary over the years. They're not for public consumption, but the man is another legend. I can tell you that much. My favourite memory of it is a UFC thing, but my favourite memory of Seary is the night he bet Phil Harris. I think that was the fight where he kind of had his nephew had died a couple of days before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Seary was at the press conference, and he just thought it was great crack. You can just see him up there. This is a great buzz. The rest of the people are trying to sell this fight. Neil Seary's up there smiling away. And then I walked from the Tree Arena back to the
hotel.
The hotel with him. And on the way back, and everyone remembers that fight. It's when everyone was screaming and all. He just goes to me, "Do you reckon that was good?" I was like, "Fucking hell, man." He was disappointed. Like, you know what I mean? You're like, this guy's an animal. I didn't expect the question. I'm sure I'll have lots of articles about Neil out in the next couple of months, but this is a guy that I was kind of late to the Neil Seary party. Oh, hold me hands up. I can remember looking at his record, and I'd seen Neil fight loads of times and always been entertained. Everyone is, but I was like, I just don't know. And then I met him. I kind of had a real conversation with him when he bet cylinder. I was like, this guy's a legend. And then the first time I went to interview him, I was like, oh, I'll just give you a ring or whatever. And he's like, no, come up to my house. And like, nobody does that, you know what I mean? Nobody, like, that's a lot of people wouldn't do that. And ever since then, I've gone on great with him. Well, it's he just abuses me and I stand around and take it. But we're dealing with a legend here. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of stories about Neil Seary coming out, because the man is just he's one of a kind.
His family are great as well. They're really good people, man. I met them, as you said, at UFC Dublin there. That'll be one of my memories. I was actually in the line, surprise, getting a drink, and I let a lady in front of me, and it happened to be, she goes, "You here for the fights," whatever. It happened to be Neil's sister, and she was lovely. And then we were chatting on later on. I was chatting with Neil, and the guys go, "Oh, this lovely fella let me in front of the queue," and just stuff like that. Was a great night. And obviously the walkout there, I don't think people,
another one,
that walkout was just insane, man. That was,
and him raving in the middle of the octagon. One of the great ones is obviously, I think everyone knows the story. He's up in the bar drinking after 187. Lad comes up.
Yeah,
Cole, how are you?
Yeah, that was brilliant, man. That was fucking
that
brilliant.
Series epitome of people don't have a fucking clue about MMA statement.
Yeah.
He always says, if I ever need to think of something That's the fucking moment where I was like, oh,
Yeah.
these lads
It's
don't have a
hilarious.
fucking clue.
It's hilarious. Carl Pendred and Neil Seary. Holy shit.
Very
If you
similar
can't- if-
looking lads.
Oh, yeah. They're really big. Similar size as well,
Yeah.
aren't they? Fuck me, man. One looks like a bloody 205 and the other looks like a...
Hey! Let's not have a bad word said about Neil Seary.
No, I wasn't saying bad.
I saw a
comparing
picture of him
size.
last night in his gaff from when he had his when he had one of I think it was Ryan. No, this is when his missus had like I think it was her second kid.
Yeah.
He's as fat as a fool, he was. He looked like he'd ate me or something. You want to see the size of him? It's unbelievable.
Quality. Oh, yeah.
I'd say he was about, honest to God, I'd say he was about 14 stone.
Shut up.
And I'd say he was about definitely 13.
But no, Rotterdam was pretty cool as well. I don't know if you've probably seen the interview they did with me. Took the piss out of me for the whole interview. It was hard. Ripped out my clothes and shit like that. It was a tough one to take, but it was fun. It was
when
fun.
he rings
It's
me
good,
and I tell him
good
I'm going,
banter.
I'm talking to you, he goes, did he get rid of them
Those
fucking jeans? Yeah.
They actually are in the bin. I got so paranoid after him. I had to throw them in the
He'd
fucking
ruin
bin.
you. He'd absolutely break your heart.
He
that
killed
fella.
me in that interview. It was fucking hilarious. But Neil's a great guy.
He had me convinced he was recording me last night at some point when I was talking absolute brown.
And listen, guys, get your tickets for that fight card as well. It's going to be awesome up in Belfast. Give the
If you
give
haven't
the
been to
fella
a
big
Siri
send
fight,
off.
you haven't seen the Siri fight.
They're crazy, man. They're crazy.
Like, I mean, you're missing it here. You don't get it. You need to go and see him fight.
Yeah. North American Pete's put in about 10 questions. We can't answer all of them, Pete.
Let's do a fast round.
Okay.
I'll do all of them.
All
Instant
right.
answers.
Did you catch the Stormtrooper flash mob in Dublin?
No. Go. Next one.
Odds of Paddy Baddy heading for UFC. Done deal.
Yo.
Oh, he's done. Paddy's going to the UFC.
Oh, he will eventually. Is he done? Is he gone? Is that what you're saying?
His next fight will be in the UFC for me, yeah.
Okay.
Pete, he's heard something else. You
No, I
saying?
haven't.
Who does Gunnar Nelson fight next? Well, we know that. I don't think you'd be paying attention to what's been going on. We're up at a media scrum today. He is
Dong Hyun
headlining
Kim.
UFC Belfast. The Stun Gun. Dong Hyun Kim in
Wow,
Belfast.
that was borderline racist.
No, it wasn't at all. I was just...
That's
I was
Southside
just
traits here
saying it
again.
fast.
Getting
It
through.
wasn't.
Southside. Sorry about
so
that,
that's
guys.
who Gunny fights next.
Apologies to the Northside listeners.
Tough
Multicultural Northside. Sorry.
Tough fight for him. It's Stun Gun. We haven't seen Stun Gun in a while. Tough fight. But I would expect Gunny to win that. Will Joe Duffy. This is from John Menton. John Menton BE.
You see, John, like, you want to be afraid? He'll start writing articles now. That lad's a media member now.
It's Harker, I thought. John Harker?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
All right. Will Joe Duffy benefit from free agency, especially at Bellator after teammate Rory's move? Yeah, I think the UFC have to do something about it at the moment because there's been a lot of this.
Look at
We've
this
had
Belfast
Ally
card.
Quinta. We've,
We don't have any fucking Irish people
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Like, they're not going to make an effort to hang on to Joe Duffy. That's a joke.
Yeah, they'll have to because...
This market is huge.
Yeah, it's their
The
biggest...
Irish
And they've
market-
neglected it already. Really have. And, we'll probably get in trouble for saying this.
We've
but
no Paddy. We've no Carl. Like, I mean, Joe Duffy,
Yeah.
Joe Duffy doesn't live an extravagant life.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Like, you know what I
we know
mean?
Joe well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know him well, but I know enough,
yes.
enough about the guy that he doesn't live an extravagant life. He doesn't want to live anything but a life that facilitates his training.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be his next fight, he's going to be up into the rankings. He's going to be one of the guys moving and shaking in that division. And I mean, I know he's not asking to break the bank.
Yeah,
I don't-
100%.
like, I mean, we haven't discussed money with Joe. He put out his article with Dollery, and I respect the fact that he doesn't want. Like, I mean, he's put out everything that he needs to put out.
Yeah, of
with
course,
Paul,
100%.
I think, and I think Siri's going now. Like, this is there was bigger buzz about Siri fighting on this Belfast card before his retirement announcement than there was for Gunnar Nelson's announcement. I think.
I agree. No, I agree.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you don't understand, like, that this Irish market is mad for MMA at the moment, and all the homegrown draws are disappearing. Don't let Joe go. Jesus Christ, don't let Joe go. He's so impressive. He's so good.
It'd be a disaster. Joe was so... Yeah, like Hollow Everton Pete, he said there. But the interesting thing is, a lot of guys rumbling at the moment. We've Ally Quint, as we mentioned in the show earlier on. We've Rory McDonald go over.
What I don't get is they don't even entertain a discussion.
That's what I mean.
Like, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
That is the problem. But, if you look at a guy like Joe's man, Paul Felder mentioned last week because he got a bit of shit for setting up the GoFundMe campaign because he couldn't really literally afford to get his cornermen over to Brazil, and he got them over eventually.
That's mad. I didn't even know that.
He got a bit of shit because basically his brother won the lotto a few years ago, as he told us about. But that doesn't mean shit. That's not him. He didn't win the fucking lotto. Do you know what I mean?
So you expect a grown man to keep on going up to like his brother with his hands out?
But the other thing, and Joe Paul made a very good point about Joseph Duffy. I asked him about the question, and he said, Joe is going over to ply and improve his trade in TriStar gym. You know, it's not. You know, he used to pay a lot of money to live there. He's making himself better. He's done extremely
He's a
well.
sole trader.
He's done extremely well in the UFC tenure so far. And I know Joe isn't asking for astronomical money. He's as you said, a very humble guy. Likes to live a simple life. You see him when he's up in Donegal, has a few pints in the pub. Nothing fucking mad at all. Nothing extravagant in the social networks. He's bettering himself for that organisation. If they're not going to pay him a few extra quid, I've no qualms with Duffy if he goes to Bellator or somewhere like that. But the UFC need to do all they need to do and can do to keep Joseph Duffy, because he's one of the best lightweights in the world, and make no bounds about it. That's not a statement that I'd say very easily if I didn't believe it to be the truth.
The thing is, right, he's a sole trader. That's what the UFC always try to say, so they don't have to give them anything, basically, right? Sole traders can put up their prices whenever they want, and you can either take it or you can leave it. The problem is Joe's contracted by UFC. Yeah, he has no kind of choice in the matter for this last fight. So I mean, it's kind of stupid that they just won't even talk about it. Yeah, like I can guarantee you, Joe's not like, give me 3 times what you.
100%. I guarantee he's not.
But it looks so bad. The new owner's not going, shit, jeez, would someone start talking?
Well, that's the worrying thing as well, that the fact this is happening again, and guys are actually leaving this time. They're going a lot quicker than they would have gone in the past. Yeah. So maybe that's a sign of what's to come in the UFC, and it's not good news if it is. So interesting times ahead. Sign up that Joe Duffy fella. Whatever, break the bank from him. I don't give a fuck. He deserves it.
Fucking break the bank. Just listen to him. Have a conversation.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. But they should be breaking the bank from to keep him. That's what I'm saying. Because you don't let a guy like that go to Bellator. You don't. You just don't. 26, 27 years of age as well.
Imagine him and James. Him and James could come over and do a UFC card in Ireland.
Of course.
Sell out.
Yeah, a Bellator card.
Oh, sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
it would sell out.
100% sell out. They neglect this again this year, but anyway, fuck it. Okay, if you could make a movie about a fighter's life, whose story would you tell? I know you're going to tell Neil Seary. That'll be an epic movie.
Well, I mean, if you're in it for the money, you're making Conor McGregor's film. Let's be honest.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you had to make a movie
about anyone, I'd probably tell. Jesus, that's a fucking great question.
It is a good question.
Yeah, I'll go with Siri at the moment because I'm emotional.
Siri, yeah.
Siri's a great story, but
there's so many guys who have amazing
Paddy
stories
be a great
that
story.
You don't know about as well. Yeah. Even outside of Ireland, you've guys. Uncle Creepy's a fascinating guy. He's actually died.
Don't
before.
you ever bring him up again on this show?
I'm not allowed to bring Ian up on the show. Ian's a fantastic story.
The battle lines have been drawn.
There's loads of guys with fantastic stories in mixed martial arts. That's the beautiful thing and thing about the sport as well in many ways. That guys have incredible stories. And
middleweight, died, came back to life.
Ian that happened middleweight.
He trains in the pit.
Court McGee.
There's the guy.
Yeah, Court, former heroin addict.
If you ever see, actually,
lovely guy. I've interviewed Court.
Yeah, he's lovely. If you ever see Spencer writing about him, Spencer Coyle, always was the best piece with him. Yeah, he's like got a real good relationship with him. You know what I mean? He's been doing it for years. If you ever see him, Spencer's his guy, and the articles they put out are fucking unreal. Yeah, and Court is a lovely fella. I interviewed him actually in Florida via Skype in a hotel room. Lovely fella, real nice guy. Okay, a few more questions before we get out of here this week. And we've had a lot more notifications here. Hang on. Any more cues? There was one there. Sorry. This again from North American Pete. Are the Irish supporting Hendo over Bisping? A lot will. Do you not see it at two? A lot will, because he fought. Dan Henderson fought here as well. Yeah, but they did the press conference for the Yoke. The 204 while we were in Vegas, and the Irish fans booed the shit out of Bisping the whole time he spoke. Yeah, a lot of people like that's crack as well. And Bisping recognised that because he started winding them up. It was a bit funny, but it was also very annoying. These are very fucking annoying J1 students. Yeah, he's made it great and all, but annoying. well, the players are trying to talk. I'm trying to do my job here. Do you know what I mean? He's just all shut up for a minute. I know there's only one Conor McGregor. That's a lie. There's loads of them. We just have the special one. The special one. It's going to be interesting. I don't think there's going to be an awful lot of Irish travelling over to the card. There always is. You'll get your hardcores because the card on in Europe. It's nearby. You'll get them. Me and Noel are going to share a bed for a week. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck me. Listen, I think a lot of people are very close with Don Henderson in mixed martial arts in general. His whole story. That is older than Neil Seary on the UFC's books. Yeah, well, there we go. 47, is it? Yeah, I think Neil's 47. and a half.
No, fucking hell, you gobshite. So yeah, no. Listen, it's going to be interesting, but I'm sure a lot of people will be up for Hendo because of his history, and obviously he fought here at UFC 98.
You're not going to know that in the arena that night, though. It's
Yeah.
going to be absolutely mental for Bisping.
It
When I was
will-
at
it will
UFC
be
London,
crazy.
it was absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
He completely resurrected that show in the main event.
Yeah, and plus, in fairness, the Manchester crowd will be louder than London as well. They're a loud bunch. They are in
Don't bring
Manchester.
football into it, yeah.
Bar the City fans.
Don't bring football into it.
Okay, yeah, listen, big thanks to everyone who was listening to the show this week.
Thank you, Noel.
Thank you, Peter. It's been a good day. We've had good fun today. I've enjoyed it. We had nice Nando's and
We did.
romantic stroll around Dundrum earlier on today.
He
But
tried to drag me into a jack's boat. My grappling skills.
you always go there, don't you? You always go there. Always has to be low.
He's trying to ask me to sign a few things in his room here before I go. But not a hope.
So shut up, you dickhead. But yeah, it's been a fun day, and we've that Gunner interview I think coming up later on as well. Obviously, check out Peter's story
Peter's.
about Neil Seary, obviously retiring.
You've probably seen it already. Don't be silly.
So we're gonna go out with this song, I think.
What's this? Is this Coldplay?
Yeah, Mr.
You're-
Neil Seary.
Oh, this was it. Oh, he slagged him. Have you ever listened to the press conference at UFC Dublin? When they turn it on, the first thing Neil says is "Your ma," because I said to him, the only other
I
person,
remember that.
the only person other than you
I
that
remember
listens to fucking Coldplay is my ma.
So there we have it. Big thanks to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson for stopping by on the show today. Also Saul Rogers and that question.
Oh God, you're taking the music.
He's nearly crying here, Pete Carroll. But obviously, big thanks to Neil Seary for his contribution to mixed martial arts. Really looking forward to that fight in November.
The King of Fingless.
The King of Fingless. There he is, and there's another.
I mean, the King of Palantir.
King of Dublin. King Dundrum. So, from Peter Carroll and Niall McGrath, get that answer into that question we gave.
What
you about
is the
10
answer? It's a
times.
tough one,
Get
guys.
It in. 2 tickets to ACB.
Not
next
ACAB.
weekend, October 1st in Glasgow Hydro Arena. Tweet us
Beautiful
at Severe
arena.
MMA.
We've been there.
At Talking Brawls.
No one wants to stop talking.
Hashtag
Not gonna stop.
ACB47.
Look at his face.
And your answer
He's
that
so
we've given you
annoyed.
about 10 times. So from
I
Niall
love you,
McGrath
Siri.
and Peter Carroll,
You're breaking my heart, Siri.
it is good luck and good night.